Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottle's getting nifty up the crack, and we stacking chips. All of it's what I want, plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced, leave the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call a truce. They get slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon, 'cause we be pubbing.
Sports Radio. Oh, I'm not full screen like I often am. Today's Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. We do this every Tuesday. We have a lot of fun. Next week, of course, it's going to be back with Jimmy the Bag. Once again, that's going to be fun as hell. We're going to be looking for locks, me and Jimmy the Bag, every Tuesday. Right now, we just look for, whatever we can find. The comment section helps us out. Jose Bouquet, great to see you, pal. Why are you in the screen with me? You usually start.
You usually ask me to come on anyway, so I'm just here to start it off.
I do.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
So I'm here. Hello. Well,
I thought you were
continue. No, you're gonna do your thing, and then a few minutes in, you'll be like, "Oh, is there anything happening in Pub Sports Radio?"
Yeah. There's a formula. This shit is formulaic, just like old pop music from, before the internet and everything. It's all formulaic, but that's how you make money. You find something that works and you reproduce it. That's what Ford did all those years ago. That's what we're doing here at Pub Sports Radio. It's just a formula, and we just reproduce it, every show. And it works. It does great. We have a great time. Of course, we have the comment section. That's most important. Let's see who's in the comment section right now. Markel, Coin, Rocco. Okay, everyone's there. Justin McElvey says, Jose, that's a stupid hat. Oh, okay. Thank God. I thought he was talking about my hat. I thought my hat was kind of cool, but I'm not sure about it.
It looks warm as hell, I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry?
It looks warm as hell.
No, it's very nice. It's very beautiful. I will talk about it later. We had too much other shit to talk about. We got Billy Friedrich, Kent Davies, Sammy Comer. Sammy Comer giving Texas picks. Sammy Comer, I just took that guy Rinderknecht. He's playing right now. Lost the first set 7-6. That's not great. I don't like that. But, whatever it is. Shout out to Sammy Comer. And fucking Jose Bouquet, you don't bet tennis, do you?
No, I always fucking ask Sammy Comer to give me some tennis, but he puts it out and I never see it. I need to turn on my tweet notifications for Sam because I've heard tennis is one of the more fun sports to bet. Every point.
It is fun.
No,
it is fun, but how sometimes you get screwed by weather and stuff, but in other sports, but in tennis, so friggin' annoying. Yesterday had a big winner. The guy was up 5-0 in the last set, right? And the guy who's down retires, which means that my bet was voided. I had a big bet on that guy, Taro Dalton. He was winning the last set 5-0. He needed to win one more game. The loser retired, which voided my fucking bets. Now, I don't know if that was some shenanigans over there. But, people love to talk shit about, this shit is fixed, that shit is fixed in sports. Most of the time, of course, it's not. But people retiring in tennis, that could possibly be. Something where that is actually going on. But, yeah, Sammy Comer saying, no, Pete, that's brutal. Yeah. Can you believe that shit, Sammy Comer? 5-0 in the last set. Dude, just fucking sit on the tennis court and meditate and let the guy whack tennis balls off your forehead until you lose the 6th game. Fucking retiring. It's very suspicious. Shout out to Red Girl. Sammy Comer says Jose's a tennis sharp. Shout out to everyone. Mike M. Oh, we got everyone. Mike M., who had the Nevada in that last fucking game. Julian Cesario, there you go. Nevada, of course, is playing today, and I'm thinking they might be a good fade, Mike M. I'm thinking Nevada might be a good fade. Of course, in the poker tournament, Mike M. Told us that Nevada was a great bet against San Jose State. That was an understatement. I ignored it, of course. Now they're playing again as a dog on the road. I'm thinking about fading Nevada in the game today. I mean, I'm going to fade it. I'm thinking about giving it official. I already did fade it. I'm thinking about giving it official. Justin McElvey. Wow, we got everyone in the comment section. Billy Friedrich, Bo Jackson, Serious Business, Rocco Rogers, Nutflush Allen. Great to see you. Jay Peasy in the comment section. Great to see you, Jay Peasy. Fap win. All right, let's see. Justin McElvey says the stacks play of the day is Brooklyn plus 2.5. Man, that is a tough game. We will talk about that one with Connor Mack. That is a wacky one. Playing Dallas on a back-to-back. Beat Philly yesterday. Brooklyn, of course, got beat down by Golden State. it would seem that Brooklyn would be the play. But I was thinking if when Ben Simmons back, they're putting up a lot of points. This is a classic situation where I'm not sure I want to take the Brooklyn spread, but I'm definitely going to take the Brooklyn team total over. This one could be a high-scoring game. Brooklyn loses anyway, but I definitely like Brooklyn team total over, and Brooklyn on the spread is very, very tempting, both on a back-to-back. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Billy Friedrich's on the Canucks, first period plus 117. That's a very interesting one. Big line for the others for Carolina, right? It's not getting a dog line. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see what we got here. Billy Friedrich. Oh wow, with some college plays. I'll copy and paste this. Don't worry, we're gonna get to everything here. Fap win with some water polo picks. You got to be fucking kidding me. All right, I'm gonna copy and paste that too. Sorry, Jose Bouquet. Tell us what's going on with. This is not part of the formula that's led to so much success here at Pub Sports Radio. What's going on at Pub Sports Radio right now? Is there going to be a Super Bowl live stream?
Yeah, of course. Jimmy will be hosting that. And of course, if you're not going to a Super Bowl party, Pete, you're invited to come on as always. I'm sure you're a man of the night now, Pete. We know how you do. Yeah. You're a man of the town, so who knows what you're doing. But obviously, Super Bowl live stream, of course. And, the constant reminder, Pete, Pubapalooza. Pubapalooza will be here sooner than you know. Pete, do you know what the schedule is for Pubapalooza?
Yeah, I'm worried. I think I might miss the best part, which is the comedy and the karaoke.
Yeah.
At
Sunday
you
do have
night.
to get your people on that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Your people have to get on it.
No, I mean, my people got on it. They're like, we can do it, but like anything's possible in life, Jose Bouquet, if you have enough money to make it happen. That's the point. Of course I could make it. The question is it worth it to me? I would love to see the fucking Pub Sports Radio guys doing karaoke. How much am I willing to pay for it? That's a different question, Jose Bouquet. You feel me?
That's a good point. But Bobano doing karaoke is a priceless item, so you have to keep that in mind as well. So it's a lot of fun. You guys saw the dates on the screen. Third weekend in March coincides with the first week, or I should say, first round of the NCAA tournament. So it's gonna be a lot of fun getting there. Pete, what day do you get in there? Is a real question.
Yeah, I think I'm getting it Thursday. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll send some of my people to get in touch with Slaughter and see if we can't arrange some sort of like special karaoke session just briefly on a Friday or Saturday night. We'll see what we can do. Well, my people, we'll see. We'll work it out. We'll see.
Shit. Well, I'm excited for you to be there, Pete.
Yes. Billy Friedrich. Everything's possible in the world of magic. I'd love to see Pete do his best Doug Henning impression. That was off the cuff. 2-second impression there of Doug Henning. Yes, everything's possible in the world of magic, and a lot of things are possible in the world of wealth. And that's absolutely true. It's true that magic is better than wealth, and some people do have it, and I'm going to go for that one of these days, Jose Bouquet. All right, let's just. We've got a lot of. Okay, there you go. So many people talking about it. Nutflush Allen saying he's going to give team totals. Mike M talking about Philly. Yeah, that Philly. I don't know what's up with that team. We're going to talk about that when the next guy comes in. Let's bring him right on. No, Mr. Gogster. Mr. Gogster, welcome to the show, pal. There you are. We're going to talk about Philly. That is a wacky team. I'm really not sure what to make of them on a day in and day out basis as far as betting is concerned, but we will talk about it. And of course, they do have a game today. Mr. Gogster, while I set up my NHL notes, tell us very quickly how you're doing, what you're thinking, and then we'll get into NHL. This is just first of all, historically, this of course is like the first day back from the All-Star break. Now, I take it very, very light. Maybe people who are, astute NHL handicappers see big value on the first day back from the All-Star break. Me personally, I tend to take it light. I have very few plays that I'm liking on today's card. What's your take on first day back from the All-Star break in NHL, Gogi?
Well, glad to be back with you, Pistol, as always. My lesson for me was last show I was with you there, the last day before the All-Star break. I was on some overs, and I got my ass kicked, went 0 for 5. So a note for me next year, not going to nearly go as hard. But I feel actually quite strong on this play, on this card there today, guys. There was 2 games last night, Pete, and they both went under. So, slow start, it looks like maybe coming out of the gate. And there's some news, too, to bring you guys for the Flyers and Panthers game we'll get to soon. Goalie change there. So, it's a juicy slate. We got the teams are healthy. I got a lot of goalie stats for you guys, too. If you want goalie stats.
All right.
So, should be fun.
I just tend to take it very, in the NHL, I'm very, very cautious. Usually first week and especially first day back from the All-Star break. But you don't really feel that way, I guess. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I have done a lot of research in this breakdown here for this show, Pete, and also just watching yesterday. I feel like we might see something similar to what we saw yesterday. So. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got some interesting games on the card. Carolina, Vancouver. That's an interesting one. The one play I do like is Colorado first period against the Devils. Of course, they played yesterday. They're off a loss, so I like that one. Edmonton, of course, going for 17 wins in a row, and they're going against Vegas, so that's a huge game. We'll talk about that. Philly, so fascinating. Thank God Mike M is in the comments section. All the games are interesting. Boston. All right, we'll get to that Boston game in a second. I think that might be all right. Okay, so let's start out. Calgary, Boston, first game on the card. This is something that an astute, or maybe Mike M could have some insights into this one. Astute NHL handicapper would know how to play this one. Calgary and Boston, right? Of course, Boston rolling to close out the first half. Big favorite here, no question about that. Calgary slumped at the end of the first half. So, the automatic first thought would be, of course, you would take Boston. They're the much better team. They're playing great. They're rested. It's a big line, but that not that huge of a line, maybe 190 or so, unless there's something about the All-Star break that makes you want to stay off that, or take Calgary. But Boston absolutely rolling at home against a team that was slumping. All things considered, not a massive favorite line here for Boston. What's your take on this one, if anything?
So the change with Calgary, guys, they got rid of Lindholm. There's a big change. Kuzmenko was traded for Lindholm, Pete. So Kuzmenko just had a bad stay with Vancouver. So he's now on the first line. He's going to be the right winger. So could be a little boost for this Calgary team, possibly. But the big thing here, guys, looking at the stats for the goalies here, Markstrom's been very good, Pete. Very good. Goals saved above expected. That's something I'm going to start looking at now that we're halfway through the season. Both of these goalies, 13.0 and 10.0. You won't hear many goalies in the double digits, goals saved above expected, and both of these goalies are doing that. Last 10 games, too, you're looking at above 9.0 save percentage, 9.26 actually for Markstrom. Allmark's going to be the other goalie going for the Boston Bruins here. He's 7-2-2 at home, Pete, 906 save percentage, 281. I don't think Boston's necessarily just going to roll over and just, win this game. Looking at some more stats with the goalies, guys, even strength goals against and then power play goals against for these goalies. So home road splits too, I believe I have here. 914 save percentage, even strength for Markstrom. 926 save percentage, Pete, on the road on the power play for the opponent. So when they're down a man, he's got a really strong, his numbers actually, that's the best number you're going to see today, guys, for power play. Opponent's power play, the goalie's number, they're 926 save percentage. It's very strong. Looking at Allmark, Pete, 870. But then some stats I want to go to now, looking at the power plays for Calgary, guys, only 15%. So if they can't get on the power play, that's where they're going to have a chance to beat Allmark, because he's got a 922 save percentage, even strength at home this year. So that's leading towards some unders. But something else I want to bring up too, guys, is power plays per game. So just seeing how many times the opponents are going on the power play, and both these teams are averaging at least 3 a game. So that's the sign of two teams that are, in my opinion, that the dog could be live in that sense. And then some more numbers for you here, guys, really quickly. Markstrom, he's got an 857 save percentage, though, in his career, Pete, against this Boston team, 36 of 42. I think that's 2 games. And then looking at Allmark, he's been really, really strong against Calgary, guys. 125 saves of 131, 954 save percentage in his career. And you got the first game back. Where I wouldn't mind an under here. I'm not going to talk anyone off an under. That's where I would be looking. But I'm going for a bit of a score here. I think Markstrom's going to be fine in the first period. And then, like we're talking about Allmark, guys, he's been dialed. So first period draw, Pete, is where I'm going to go. It's plus 180. And how slow I can see 0-0, possibly 1-1. But I don't think either one of these teams are going to get up to a big start. The goalies are good enough to keep this game tight. And especially coming off the rest, 10 days rest. This is a lot of rest for the NHL. I don't remember it being this long, especially for some teams. So look for some unders today, and I think this is going to be a spot. I wouldn't talk anyone off an under, but I did already fire, guys, on the first period draw, plus 180. Good goaltending, and yeah.
Okay, an interesting card today. We've got a lot of great NHL handicappers in the comments section. Let us know what you think. We also have Mike M in the comments section, which is great to see. So shout out to everyone. We are so blessed here. Let's see. Bo Jackson liking the Bruins money line. Slatsy liking the Bruins first period money line. Wow, look at this. Okay. Rocco Rogers might move on the Bees, -1.
I think the totals, like the under is where I feel a little stronger here. And then getting Kuzmenko back could have that real boost in the first period from Calgary there, guys. But, first period draw plus 180, Pete. Wouldn't talk anyone off and under in this game here.
Wow, look at this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm reading some funny shit in the comment section. I'm looking at this. Kent Davies likes Rutgers, Maryland under 128.5. Mike M says, what the fuck, an astute NHL capper? Or maybe Mike M, LOL. Yeah. We also have some great college hoops cappers in the comment section. Can't wait till that segment of today's show. And, of course, Mike M is also in the comment section as well. Let's see what we got here. Bo Jackson, Bruins money line. All right. I got to think about this.
First period under feels pretty live, too. It kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does. Yeah. You're humming and hawing a lot today, Pete. Well, I don't know.
What'd you say? Yeah, I'm looking.
Humming and hawing. Really?
All right. Okay. I think I might go on Boston at some point. Maybe I'll decide later. But all right, let's move on to Dallas and Buffalo. Another interesting one, right? Dallas, decent, not dominant necessarily, but decent. Buffalo, though, not been bad. They won 4 of 6, 7 of 11. If this weren't the first game back from the All-Star break, I'd be thinking about the over. But because it is where it is, I'm a lot more hesitant. And Dallas, an excellent team, of course, scoring a lot of goals. But Buffalo as a home dog, I don't know. Again, all things being equal, I would be thinking Buffalo may be worth a shot at like plus 125 or plus 130 or so.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'd be looking too, Pete. Lukokonen, guys, he's been a big reason. He's starting in this game for the Sabres tonight. 6-3-1 his last 10 games, .933 save percentage, 1.81 goals against. This guy's been the real deal for them. 2.6 goals saved above expected, nowhere close to what Markstrom and Ullmark were. Like I said, you're not going to see many goalies in double digits. But then Ottinger, Pete, he's not been nearly, I expect him to be better than what his numbers are. 6-3 last 10 games, .880 save percentage, 3.8 goals against, and his goals saved above expected is -3.5. It's just, he's actually been he's been hurt too this year. He's got an .897 save percentage, 5-on-5 on the road, .901 on the power play. Surprisingly, he's better on the power play. So that tells me his save percentage 5-on-5 should be a lot better. The only issue with the Bruins, or sorry, the Sabres guys, is they got a 12% power play at home. But the other side of the angle here is they do 3.25 power plays per game, Pete. And you're looking at Dallas on the road, they're only averaging 2.78. And also another stat for you guys here, Dallas, slow starting team. 4, 9, and 10 in the first period on the road, Pete. So they've only won 4 of 23. They're 4 out of 23 coming out on top. And then Lukokonen, they've never faced this team. And I think that's an advantage goaltender here for Dallas. They've never faced this team. And Ottinger, his career against Buffalo, guys, 299 goals against, 904 save percentage. Short and sweet, where we're going with this is going to be Buffalo in the first period. There's a back-to-back for the Stars, too, tomorrow, Pete. They're going to be playing at Toronto. So there's a question mark. Is Ottinger even going to go here, actually? That's another question. They're going to save Ottinger for tomorrow, or is he going to go back-to-back, which I highly doubt. So Sabres are live here, guys. I'm taking them in the first period at plus 128. Young hockey team. They're like Peter was saying, too. They're coming off of 9-11, I think, before the break. So and then seeing what Ottinger's doing, and this Dallas team's tough to trust, to be honest, in my opinion. And that stat I found, guys, 4, 9, and 10 in the first period. Slow team. Out of the gate, and you're getting off of 10 days off rest from Jamie Benn and the crew. I like Buffalo here. First period plus 128 pistol.
And what about the total? The total is just a little bit too questionable and iffy.
I'm going to be careful with some taking any overs today on this card. And Ottinger, I do think he's going to be better than what he's shown in the first half of the season. Power play has been pretty poor. Penalty kills 86-83%. I would not be on the over here. I wouldn't. 6.5, I would be on the under. I don't know what the line is, Pete, but I would be leaning towards an under. I do think the Sabres are just going to kind of come out. They're going to have the better game. The first period is where I'm going to want them. I expect them to jump on Dallas in this game in the first.
Yeah, let's make a lot of sense. Let's look at the Mike M. No, what I meant was that there are some people who are only astute NHL handicappers, and then there's other people who just kick ass at handicapping in general. So that's why I didn't put you in the category of astute NHL handicappers. I meant exclusively NHL. Like a perfect example is Mr. Goats is also a great golf handicapper. All right.
Good golf this week.
Mike M had the Islanders yesterday. Oh my God. All right, I gotta fucking start.
I was on the Islanders too.
I gotta fucking start watching Mike M's fucking show at 6 p.m. Putting it on in the background.
You do.
Because I was doing shit yesterday. So much fucking shit. Let me see. All right. Okay.
I do think Buffalo's
glancing at comments.
Really
Andrew G says Dallas should roll the young Sabres here. Nate Dogg leans over. All right. I'm going to add on some plays in these games at the end of the card. A little bit distracted. Let's move on. Next game on the card, Vancouver, Carolina. This is an interesting one, right? Both these teams, of course, closed the first half playing great, right? Carolina playing great defensively. Question is, should Carolina be this big of a fave over Vancouver? Maybe they should. I don't know. But it feels a little weird fading Vancouver at that big of a dog line. Maybe though the under again, because it's the first game of the back for both of these teams. I'm not sure what to think. Astute handicappers in the NHL might know what to think, and extraordinarily astute NHL cappers like Mike M probably have a great read on this game and a great bet that they like. But as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I wouldn't really want to touch the side. The line is suspicious, so it makes me think Carolina would be the favorite with a free play. And I was thinking under and first period under. What do you think, Gogi?
This is the one game, guys, I am not interested in. And you know what? I think you're onto somewhere. It's a tough cap, really. Goals saved above expected is a stat that stands out here. Demko is 18.0 goals saved above expected. That's top 5 in the NHL. Kochetkov, he's going to be starting tonight. He's minus 4.6, 867 save percentage at home. He's going to be the weaker goalie in this game here, but I don't know if this is a really tough game, guys. I don't have a strong lean here. I'm going to definitely tune in and see what Mikey's got to say about this one. Power plays per game here, something I want to bring up, 3.3 to 2.88. So slight advantage towards Carolina here. It's just first game back. I really don't know what I'm going to get from these teams, Pete. Some more numbers just quickly for you guys. Demko, 2.78 goals against, 911 save percentage in his career against Carolina. Kochetkov is going to be, I believe, his first time, maybe second time playing this team. Not a lot on this game, Pete. I really don't have a strong lean. Svechnikov, he's also day-to-day, so possibly no Svechnikov. DiGiuseppe, he's been out for a while. He's also day-to-day. Demko is 9-1, though, Pete, on the road. It's just Carolina. They were on a heater to end that January, before the break. So I kind of lean to the under in this game. I kind of lean to the under. They also have Lindholm back, though, Pete. That's another thing. Since I was talking about Calgary, Lindholm's going to be their, I believe, second line center now. So they're going to be changing up their lines possibly here. So I do kind of maybe a first period under here could very well be live in this game. Yeah.
I'm going to take it as an official play. Plus 109 at Pinnacle right now. I can probably shop around and find a 110. You can probably do a lot of shopping and find a 115. But I'll take the Pinnacle line. First period under 1.5 plus 109 in Vancouver, Carolina. I also might go back and tail you on this Buffalo play, first period or something like that, or maybe the Buffalo team total over. And I think I might chuck on Boston -1 as well. I don't know. But I definitely am thinking, and why is this line so high? I'm thinking that Carolina might be the play. It's definitely suspiciously high. My God. And now it's up to 150. See, what's going on here?
I don't think it, unless somebody's out, I'm not seeing anyone big names out. They're getting Lindholm in the lineup. It's going to be tough, I guess, just to kind of figure out where he's going to fit in on this team. That's going to be one thing. They're coming off the break too, so they haven't probably had much practice going on. But the thing about the Canucks guys is you can't count them out in any game. So this is a good playoff hockey team. They're one of the best coached teams too in the NHL. So it's a tough game. That's why I got no action on this one. I really, and I like, me in action. I love having action, but couldn't pull the trigger on this one. Really tough game.
All right. In the meantime, I just found a 113 at Heritage, so I'll use that for my line for first period under 1.5 minus 113. Heritage is 146, Pinnacle up to 149. Let me glance at the comments section. The line and the movement is telling me Carolina definitely the play here.
Yeah, it is, but I'm looking at the numbers don't tell me that it's a play in my eye test too, seeing how Vancouver's been playing all year. Yeah, they're weaker on the road, but are they? I don't really think they are. So it's, Bo Jackson saying Hurricanes money line. Who was in the chat here? Rocco was saying first period over, kind of lean that way in a situational standpoint here. In a normal situation, sorry. Yeah, it's a tough spot here. Tough spot. Should be a good hockey game. Two teams that are going to probably go deep in the playoffs.
All right. I hope I don't regret it, but I'm gonna take Carolina money line minus 146. Current line at Heritage. Pinnacle has 149. Probably some other places still are hanging in the lower 140s, but that is a weird line, weird movement. I'll take a shot with it. Carolina money line minus 146. First period under 1.5 plus 113. And let's move on. Here we go. The Philly Florida game. Mike M. He's he's a world-class NHL handicapper, but when it comes to the Philly Flyers, I mean, it's cosmic what Mike M can do, capping the Philly Flyers. So, Mike M, if you're in the comment section, let us know what you think here. Philly, of course, lost 5 in a row to close out the first half. Florida, streaky team, a good team, closed out winning 4 in a row. So the line of Florida minus 200, it makes perfect sense in light of that. Totals about 6. Also, there's an issue. Owen Tippett, right, started at Florida. Now he's with the Flyers, coming back, so maybe he'll be highly motivated. And I don't know, man. I mean, hard to fade Florida with Philly, but given the line and the weirdness of the situation, if I had a free play right now before I've heard what you have to say about it, and most importantly, what Mike M has to say about it, I'd throw it on Philly. What's your take on this interesting matchup here?
Well, the interesting thing I wanted to bring up, guys, is Bobrovsky. He started at the All-Star game, Pete, and Stolarz is going to get the start now. Anthony Stolarz is going to be in net for the Florida Panthers tonight. 3-1-1 in his last 10 games. He's actually slightly better numbers last 5 games. That is 914 save percentage, 2.23 goals against, 4.4 goals saved above expected, where Bobrovsky's 7.3. So we got a decent goaltender here, in my opinion, in Stolarz. And Urson. If you guys don't know the news, Carter Hart, he's been convicted, I believe, in a case there. So with the 2018 World Juniors up here in Canada, so he's not going to be coming back anytime soon. Maybe probably not even the NHL, unfortunately. So Urson, he's going to be the starter here. He's 3-5-1. That's the problem, Pete. They got a bit of turmoil going on right now, I think. Just figuring out their goaltending here, because Urson, he's 891 save percentage, goals saved above expected, in about a 12-game sample size is 1.8. And the big issue we got to find out here, guys, is Zumala. Our guy Mike M will know about this guy. Is Zumala going to be starting here? Because he's one of their key top defensemen, Pete. Like shots on goal. He's kind of like not like a Carlson or like a Dahlin yet, but he's kind of like their top defenseman, can move the puck. So I'm seeing Zumala, him and Tippett. Without those two, especially Zumala now, I don't know how you don't take the Panthers, to be honest. A healthy hockey team, Cousins, whatever. They're fine without Cousins. Lockwood's got a concussion too. I don't take many puck lines, Pete. Might be my second or third puck line of the year. But this is going to be one of them. I'm taking the Panthers on the puck line here. The coach is going to have them going. Without Zumala and stuff, they're going to have to play a low scoring game, guys. And I didn't bring this up too. Power play for the Flyers of this year on the road, guys, is 7%, one of the worst in the NHL. So they play low scoring games, and they don't have their key defenseman that's going to move the puck, get a lot of shots on net too. For them, it's 2.64 power plays per game, so they don't generate many power plays. They don't. I like to see a little bit more there. And I had Bobrovsky going, who had a solid save percentage, but even with like I said, Stolarz, guys, he should be fine here. I'm taking the puck line, Pete. Florida Panthers plus 119 here today.
Wow. All right. And in the meantime, the line, I didn't check actually where it officially opened, but it's down a little bit from recently. Now it's like 204. So at Pinnacle, total is juiced kind of to the under. I guess I got to pass on this one. I'm so tempted, though, to take Philly first period, something like that.
Philly,
maybe even Philly. I'm sorry,
Philly
go ahead.
Eagle Flyer. Philly Eagle Flyer, our guy says, don't overthink this one. Panthers easy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to hold off officially for now. A very, very interesting situation here.
Jared TG said, I bet it last night.
When Philly's playing well, though, they're a pretty low-scoring team, right? They clamp defensively, or is that not true?
Yeah, they're going to be accountable. They're not going to put their goaltender in bad situations. This Urson guy, Pete, I don't know. Like he's kind of been thrown into the mix now. Like he's going to have to be. He knows he's going to have to be the number one. And then, I know it's only one defenseman, but Zumala is going to be. That's all I've heard about from the Flyers is Zumala. Now, offensively, it's going to be tough against the Panthers, guys. They've been a top team in the NHL this year. They've been healthy too. I'm just looking at the two lines here. I don't know how I don't take the Panthers. And I know, and you know what? I don't mind Stolarz. I'd actually rather Stolarz based on how Bobrovsky, older goaltender's been traveling up, had the whole all-star shenanigans going on, then have to come back to Florida. I like Stolarz going here too, the more I think about it. So.
And what about the first period under is what I'm getting. Oh, by the way, for the Vancouver game at BetOnline, I see 115, so I'm going to make that my official line. What about the first period under here?
That's going to have Philly I would expect that coming off those 5 losses too. Like that's how the Flyers are going to want to play this hockey game.
Yeah.
And coming off the break too, I would lean toward like a Flyers team total under. To be honest, Pete, I think is in the cards too. They're under 2.5, depending on what the juice is. Lower scoring game. Flyers on the Florida on the puck line there. Too much coffee.
I'm going to take a shot with the first period under 1.5. Heritage has plus 103. Pinnacle has plus 102. I should probably be safe and take the 2 at minus 209, but I won't do that. That's obviously extraordinarily stupid. I'll just take the 1.5 at plus 103 current line at Heritage, and we'll see how this turns out. It does feel like it's going to be another low scoring game at least early on. All right, let's move on. Winnipeg and Pittsburgh. It's another weird one, right? Winnipeg lost 3 straight to close the first half. Pittsburgh wasn't that good to close the first half either. And I know that Winnipeg is getting healthier, right? They got a bunch of guys who are coming back. They added Monahan, right, in the trade. So that's probably a good and Scheifele's back, right? They were struggling. That's part of why they were struggling recently. So, again, first game back from the All-Star break, take it cautiously in my personal opinion, but I'm thinking that Winnipeg, either first period or full game or something like that, taking Winnipeg one way or another here might be worth a shot. What do you think?
Yeah, just shout out to someone on the chat here. Yeah, stacks there. Yeah, we got some college basketball coming up, babe. We got NBA. We got all the good stuff there. Shout out to Sean Higgs. Wow.
Oh, shout out to Sean Higgs.
My God.
Sean Higgs. I said it yesterday, but Sean Higgs, from the day I met you, Sean Higgs, I always knew you were good, and I told people, I was like, Sean Higgs is good. Yeah. I didn't know you were that good, Sean Higgs. I had no idea how much you were killing it in the fucking Hub this year, Pub Sports Radio. I can't say I'm super shocked, but I'm a little shocked. That's awesome. Shout out to motherfucking Sean Higgs. I told everyone you were good. I didn't tell anyone you were that good because I didn't know myself. Shout out to Sean Higgs, killing it in the fucking Hub. NFL Pub Hub. Everyone fucking follow him on Twitter, watch his shows. Great guy. And also fun as hell to hang out with, Mr. Gokster.
Yeah.
And a good human being, too. And a good dad. Everything. Get everything. And he's got a nice little house there. Big house. Big house down there in Houston. Shout out to Sean Higgs.
Awesome.
All right, let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go.
All right, let's get into it, guys. So this Jets team, they're only getting better and better and better. Picking up Monahan now, so they got another second-line centerman they've just added to this team. And looking at the Kings, it looks like we know who made who's getting the better of the trade, Pete. It looks like the Winnipeg Jets. Dubois is like on the 4th line there, and the Kings are struggling now. But getting back to this Jets game, guys, 22.1 goals saved above expected. This is the best goalie in the NHL right now. And I wouldn't say not even close, but kind of not even close. It's Hellebuck. 7-3, 940 goals against, 1.80 save percentage. The last 5 times these teams have played, guys, 4 of the last 5 have gone to the under, and 3 of the last 4 meetings, first period under has also hit. And then thinking of Winnipeg here, Pete, you'd think, it should be a Winnipeg spot. We'll hold the boat there. Pittsburgh's 4-5 in the last 5 meetings head-to-head here. And both teams, they're also 7 of the last 10 games they've played. The under has hit in the first period. So short and sweet, guys. Under in the first period is where I'm going to get at here. I think going to be a bit of a slower start. Again, you're getting a new centerman. Anytime you get a new player in the lineup, guys, just from watching hockey, they don't necessarily just going to mesh like that. Like, it's going to take a little bit to kind of figure out where your teammates are going to be, where you're going to expect passes, right? So first period under, I think, based off those numbers and these goalies too, Yari, guys, at home, 7-6-2, but he's got a 920 save percentage. Goal saved above expected, 9.0. So Yari's, we've been giving him a bit of crap over the years, but he's actually doing okay. It's the power play of both of these goalies, actually. When the opponents have the power play, 855 and 879 goal save percentage. But the good thing is, on the road, the Jets only have a 14% power play, and the Penguins are at 12%. So I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. Full game under. I took the first period under just based on the coming back off the break. I got this is the second one on the card. It's minus 105, guys. Feel pretty strong on this one.
Yeah, Matty Ice says, I like unders coming off the break. Okay, there we go. There we go. Matty Ice also earlier said he liked Utah State, which I agree with, and Texas today. That's a tricky one. I don't know what the hell I think about that one, but I definitely agree with Utah State. Matty Ice liking unders. Okay, I got to think. And Slatsy says Jets money line, Pinnacle. Well, you don't think that this is a good Winnipeg spot? Maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
I've had a real tough time capping when Pittsburgh's going to kind of win, when they're going to lose. But coming off this, I expect both these goalies to be fine here. And defensively, yeah, they have been a little bit shaky, the Penguins. Riley Smith's day to day. But when, Pittsburgh off the break, I expect them to be, they're going to be better in the second half. They've kind of underperformed. And if Yari can keep up these numbers that I'm seeing here, there's no reason why they got a good team. They're gonna show up for this game. They know this is the top team in the NHL. Similar to the game coming up in the Oilers and the Golden Knights, guys. Whenever team's got a top tier team coming into their barn, and Penguins aren't garbage, they're going to show up for this game. So that's kind of where I like the under in this one. The Jets could win this game. I could see even an overtime here, to be honest, guys. I expect a tight hockey game here. Pittsburgh's had
so you think the Jets could win this game? Cody Norton says that the Penguins literally could not win this game. He says Jets money line lock. Jets money line lock. That means he thinks the Penguins have literally a 0% chance of winning this game. Thinks the fair line should be negative infinity for Winnipeg.
Well, the line's minus
Rocco Rogers, less enthusiastic, but still saying so much value on the Jets. Nate Dogg 420 Winnipeg money line. Wow. Does anyone like the Pens here?
Well, at this number, I'm kind of shaking my head. I thought I would get plus money on the Penguins. They were minus 120, now minus 110. I get why you guys like the Jets now. It's minus 105. Right. Like that number, that's a head scratching number there. I've ever seen one. I'm going to stay off the side there. The lower scoring game is where I'd recommend this one. That line.
Bo Jackson likes the Pens money line, and Brent Cook says I likes the Penguins. Cody Norton again thinks the fair line should be negative infinity for Winnipeg. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to take the first period under. I wasn't actually thinking that way earlier, but it does make a lot of sense. Let me see. I'm going to take wow, it's not even plus money. I'm seeing what am I seeing here? Heritage has 104. I'll take that. I'll take Winnipeg Pens first period under 1.5 minus 104. Gosh, it does feel like Winnipeg is the play, but I guess I'll hold off for now. And it feels like the full game under is probably the play too, no?
Yeah. And it's a 5.5. You don't see 5.5 too often, guys. And I brought up the numbers there. 7 of the last 10 first period have been under. 4 of the last 5 full game matchups. Everything's been under from what I'm seeing. And you have the best goal in the NHL going here in Hellebuck. Yeah. Will he have I expect him to be fine. The only worry would be maybe is if he was in the All-Star game too. Hellebuck, Yari was not. So only maybe issue would be is if Hellebuck kind of has a bit of a shaky start early. But you haven't seen it all year. He's number 1 goalie. I'm not going to overthink that.
All right, I'll take the full game under as well, but I'll take the 6 up at Heritage minus 126. Under 6 minus 126. Yeah, I mean in general, like in MLB, if a starting pitcher pitched in the All-Star game, I'm not too jazzed to bet on him in the first start back. How do you feel about goalies in that situation, though?
That's kind of very similar to what I'm getting at here, Pete. That's where I like how Stolarz is going over Bobrovsky, especially Bobrovsky being like a Wainwright or something in the MLB, a little older. But Hellebuck's my age. I think he's 30 years old, 31. He's right in his prime, really. So, not prime, maybe a little bit older, but he should be fine here, Pete. He's been the number 1 goalie too. The Penguins, they're going to have a better second half. They've underperformed. But again, beating the Jets defensively in a full 60 minutes is not an easy task this year. So that line at minus 110 for the Penguins, I might be missing something, but I don't know why. I can't tell you why it would be minus 110.
Bo Jackson saying Pens play well at home in the first period. King Al saying Winnipeg first period. Bo Jackson saying, I don't know what y'all doing taking an under in the first. Yeah, I really wasn't thinking under at all in this one. Okay, but I'm going to take 2 plays on it, and if they lose, that's okay. It does make some sense to me. I'll add on a bunch of other plays later on in this NHL card. Next game on the card, Montreal, Washington. Let's talk about this, okay? Montreal lost 4-5, slumping. Heading into the break, and Washington also slumping. But looking it over, I think I'm seeing injuries and roster issues for Montreal that are not there for Washington, which would explain the big favorite line for Washington, which at first glance might not make a ton of sense. Again, another low total, 6 juice to the under is what I saw earlier. Should Washington be this big of a favorite? And if so, is this maybe like the Carolina game where they still have some value even at the current line? Oh, but Nate Dogg likes Montreal money line. What do you think? Go ahead.
Yeah, Washington should not be a favorite, -160. I even think against this Montreal team. And they're not too banged up. Yeah, they're missing Gallagher, but they've had this guy, Roy. Our guys, is Roy even on the – I'm actually not even seeing Roy there now. They've called up a lot of guys from the AHL here. Gignac, I've seen him play Kandata. They got Xhekaj. What the hell's going on here on the fourth line? He's a defenseman. So they do have a lot of they do have some guys that actually more I'm seeing here, Pete. Good point there. Wash both of these goalies. Let's be short and sweet here. The goalies, I got a lot of goalie stats for you here. Lindgren. Lindgren played for this hockey team, Pete, for a long time. He was drafted by this team, I believe, actually. Played in the AHL for a while, never really got to shine, but now he's with the Capitals. He's 6-2-2 at home this year, .929 save percentage, 2.17 goals against, and the goals saved above expected is 10.0. So this guy, he's really turning it around. And what has he done in the 2 games, guys, against his former team? 53 of 56 saves. He's got a .946 save percentage. That's 94% of the time he's stopping the puck against his former team. So he's been damn good. Now on the other side, Montembeault, a little bit more shakier. He's got a 3.72 goals against this team, 875 versus Washington. But he's really strong 5-on-5 on the road. He's got a .921 save percentage, Pete. And he's actually a goalie I think has some upside to him. He was the Team Canada goalie for, I believe it was a Spangler Cup. He's had some, and I think it was the World Juniors too. He played in the World Juniors, but he's had different, more than just the NHL. He's been in other stages of his career playing hockey. So he's got some upside, I do believe. Montembeault and playing the Capitals, guys, they don't got much offense. Kuznetsov, he's taking a personal leave, I guess. Sonny Milano's day-to-day. Pacioretty's day-to-day too. And they only got a 14% power play at home. So the time to beat Montembeault is a team like the Oilers who have a really good power play. He's got an .848 save percentage when the teams are on the power play. So short and sweet. Let's take a first period under here too. This is my second first period under, Pete. It's +100. Lindgren's going to have a strong start. I do believe that. And then looking at the lineup from Montreal, they're missing a lot of guys, and it's going to be your first game back too. So and Montembeault, like I said, he does have some upside. I do believe that. And then another stat, power plays per game, 2.71 for the Capitals. So they're not going to, they don't get on the power play too much. 2.92 for the Montreal Canadiens. I slightly leaned to Montreal in the first period here, but I couldn't do it based on how Lindgren is facing his former team. I think the first period under, even full game under, is live here.
Okay, we got a lot of interesting stuff coming in. Nate Dogg likes Montreal money line. Brent Cook likes Capitals money line. Nathan Cerna, Habs +1.5. And Billy Friedrich saying, who do the Caps have that can still score the puck? Shout out to Razor Sharp Hicks, who's heading out to the horses. And Slatsy talking about the Habs locker room devastated with the Monahan trade, was on first period and played Worth Depths at center. All right, I'll tell you what I am going to do to start. I'm going to take a shot with the under, and I'm going to take the Heritage line at 6 -128. Pinnacle has 133. I'll take the Heritage line at 128. I think you're right about that. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking maybe also Montreal team total under might be worth a shot as well. Are they they really are like in a bad way right now? They're not.
Yeah, they are. Both of these teams are, though. Looking at their second line, third, fourth line for Washington, they got Scarbosa. He's an AHL mainstay. Abel Kubel. Who's this guy? Hardy Hammond Actel. I don't even know who the hell that guy is.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Hardy Hammond Actel. Whoever.
Who the fuck is that?
That sounds made up. Like, is that a real hockey player? But I'm not even sure. But they got a lot of both of these teams. You want to talk about weak offenses? These are the 2 weak offenses. And Lindgren, he should, like I said, facing his former team, he's been damn good. Montembeault's got a good shot to keep up based on these offenses. Yeah, this is an under game, short and sweet.
All right, I'm going to add on Montreal team total under 2.5 +100 at Pinnacle right now. This is a current line at Pinnacle. Montreal team total under 2.5 +100.
I like that.
And Gabe Tadino saying, "Who the fuck is?" I don't know. If anyone knows, chime in because I don't know. Gabe doesn't know. Gogi doesn't know, and we're all 3 of us are astute NHL handicappers. Mike M probably knows because he's an elite level cosmic NHL handicapper. It's possible even he doesn't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who the fuck it is. All right.
He's a Swedish. All right, quickly. He's a Swedish hockey player. He played in the Swedish league for the last 9 years of his career. Just came over this year, and he's played 31 games in the AHL. This is his 7th game. He's had 1 assist. So there you go. He doesn't do much.
And Nutflesh Allen likes a team total under. He says, working the Montreal team total under. Mohinder Singh Pander says, looks like Pete is going to the Hacky Sack World Championships. Mohinder, trust me, I look cool. You might not be perceiving it or getting it. This is ahead of trend, okay? Check back in spring of 2025 and then talk. Trust me, I look cool. I do also look like I'm at a Hack Sack World Championship. I know. Trust me, I look cool and ahead of trend. No, trust me.
Five-time champ right there.
Subhuman Gaucho says, I love Pete's hat. Reminds me of something my grandmother would wear. Subhuman Gaucho, trust me, I look cool and ahead of trend. Although, yes, I feel you. It's grandmommy, grandmother-ish. You're not wrong about that, Subhuman Gaucho, but trust me, I look cool. All right. Let's see. Let's Jack says Pete's got the ball. All right, now they're all coming in with the slams. On that note, let's move on to the next game. Mr. Goatster. Here we go. Colorado, New Jersey, right? Colorado on a back-to-back. They lost to the Rangers yesterday. Yeah. Of course, mostly good to close the first half. And New Jersey, I don't know exactly what's up with them. Lost a bunch of games to close the first half. I'm thinking no-brainer play here. At the very least is Colorado first period, if not full game, but definitely first period, right?
Yeah, there's a couple teams that were affected from the World Junior scandal where they've lost some players due to this scandal. And the Devils had 2 players, actually. I believe it was Nolan Foote, I think it was Nolan Foote and McLeod, though. McLeod was already convicted, I believe. So they got 2 guys that are now going to be off the team. Jack Hughes is skating. Good news for this Devils team. He is skating. Like I said, McLeod's gone. Siegenthaler, top 4 defenseman for this team. He has been out. He's still out. But Nosek, a lot of injury reports. It's like a laundry list. Nosek is in. So they got another forward in. Hamilton's been out. And then Brendan Smith's out. So they're missing a lot of defensemen, short and sweet. They're going to have some players from the Utica team, which I'll be watching, actually, Pete, on Friday, their AHL farm team. They got a lot of players from their Utica team who's not doing too well this year are going to be called up. But they still do have their top 2 lines, they're still deadly, in my opinion. But the goaltending, guys, this is going to be the weakest goal. These 2 goalies are AHL goalies for the most part. Dawes, he's 0-3 at home with an .864 save percentage. And then in Noonan, he's only had 1 start on the road. He allowed 4 goals, but he's 3-1-1 in 5 games. But he's got an .871 save percentage and a 3.94 goals against. So you got offenses in Colorado. Short. They came out slow against the Rangers, 2-1 game last night. I expect this one to be much higher scoring, guys. Even though the Devils do have some players out, I don't trust Justice to Noonan on the road. One thing for you guys, the Devils, if you want to take Colorado first period, I heard you saying that, Pete. Listen to this. Mm-hmm. The Devils at home this year on the first period, they're 3-10-10. They've only won 3 times. So they've only won 3 times out of 23 chances. And they're missing a lot of players. First game back. I wouldn't talk anyone off Colorado first period more. I'm thinking about it. But I did take both teams to score 3 goals. I do think the Devils will put a good foot forward here. I think they can beat this goaltender 2 in a Noonan. And then power plays per game, you're looking at above 3 for both these hockey teams. I'm going to trust it. We're going to also, both these goalies, guys. This is the main reason I'm taking both teams to score 3 goals in this game at plus 130. I'm going to trust it. I like that Colorado first period. I do.
So you don't like this Noonan guy, huh?
Well, no, he's had 5 starts, Pete, really this year, or at least his last 5 games. He's got an .871. And then you're going up against this Devils team that's kind of underperformed. Like you said, they lost their last 5 games. Jack Hughes was skating. He's going to be back soon. Yeah, they've lost some players with that whole scandal I was talking about. The goaltending is just so damn weak. And I think it's both these teams, they like to play pretty damn fast. And whenever you have fast hockey teams and AHL goalies, the game usually gets too fast, in my opinion, for these 2 goaltenders. So I had to do it. And
Vanacek is an AHL goalie?
No, is it Vanacek? Because I saw Nico Dawes. That's what I had.
No, it's Vanacek. That's what I was saying. I was confused. Well, likely, not confirmed, but likely.
Okay. Well, if it's Vanacek, he's been piss poor. He's one of the bottom 30 goalies, probably starters in the NHL. So you like it a little bit better that Vanacek will give them a better chance to probably win this game 60 minutes. But still, like I said, he's a bottom 30 goalie in the league. I don't have his stats, unfortunately. But I have a hard time not seeing goals, Pete, in this game.
Okay. I will take, even if it loses, even how much you hate this goalie for Colorado, I'll take Colorado first period money line minus 106. And then I'm also going to take either an over full game or an over first period. Which would you kind of prefer? I guess you would prefer full game, wouldn't you? Or what would you prefer?
I would do full game, especially coming off that break. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first period might be a little bit slow is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take, sure. Okay. 6.5 minus 127. I'll take that one. Colorado, New Jersey, over 6.5 minus 127. That's the current line at Heritage. Let me see. All right, this is gosh. I just feel like
just before you go forward, Vanacek numbers quickly, guys. He had one start against Colorado this year. He allowed 5 goals, 31 or 26 of 31. Not good. And at home this year, he's got an 881 save percentage, 3.35 goals against. So he should be into. I wouldn't trust Vanacek here. So.
Jack Hughes back at practice.
Yeah, he's practicing and no sex in. So eventually I'm going to keep a close eye to see how this Devils team plays. They're going to need to start getting something from one of these goalies, like Dawes, Vanacek. Yeah. They sent Schmidt down to Utica, so they don't have a goalie.
Like multiple up on this. What about the Avs? That's what I was thinking. Someone in the comment section, I just saw like the Avs team total over. What about that?
Yeah, I kind of cut you off there, but yeah, I was liking the team total over more. I thought about this. They got the game under their belt last night against the Rangers. It's a much tougher team to play defensively too, in my opinion. They're missing 3 defensemen. This Devils team too. More I think about it, what is the line on Colorado right now?
Well, 3.5, but plus 116. That's a kind of a high line with dog odds that our guy Nutflush Allen loves when it's when it's promising.
You know what? I'm gonna do an ad here. I'm adding Colorado first period, Pete. I think that's the stronger play. I already pulled the trigger on both teams to score in the first, but the line's minus 110. I gotta take that. I'm
not going to go nuts with the Colorado. Who knows what's going to happen here? But I'll just take the over and Colorado first period, and we'll leave it at that. Let me quickly glance at the comments section before we get to the big game on the card. You know what's coming up, baby. Let's see. Oh, Morgan Spooner with some comments. Okay. Last game on the NHL card, Edmonton and Vegas. Edmonton, of course, going for 17 in a row. Vegas, won 5-7 to close the first half. Vegas, a big home dog. Of course, there's also, issues with the playoffs, revenge here, and I'm sure that, Vegas says, they're not motivated to stop the streak. But, of course, we know that they are. It's going to be a tough, intense game, I assume. And I would assume that would maybe mean under. I was thinking about maybe a first period under, if not full game. But Edmonton, with their winning streak, they have been playing great defensively, holding other teams down to 1 goal, 2 goals a game, stuff like that. Vegas is going to come in. I'm thinking first period under might be a good play. A lot of people saying earlier in the show were saying Vegas as a dog is a good bet to stop the streak. I'm not so sure about that, but definitely any first period under. What do you think, Gogi?
Yeah, so keep this in mind, guys. This is the one game I guess Vegas is playing during this Super Bowl run right now in Vegas. So It's going to be electric in there, Pete. They're going to have a lot of big names. Everyone's going to be there at this game, and they got a good one too. One thing, though, I want you guys to know about Skinner. I know he's been on a heater, but what has he done against Vegas in his career? Well, he's got a 3.62 goals against and an 872 save percentage in his career. Not the strongest. Hill on the other side, Aiden Hill. Top goalie. I want to bring up what his strength, even strength goals are and power play goals are. His save percentage on even strength is 939. On the power play, it's 935. That's better than what Hellebuck's done, especially on the power when the opponents are on the power play. With that being said, I think this is going to just be a back and forth hockey game. Now I know there's some players out. Eichel's out, but I'm pretty sure, guys. He's slipping my mind right now. He's been out for so long. The Swedish player there, their centerman, William. Oh my goodness, someone in the chat can help me right now. William, here it is, Karlsson. William Karlsson. He looks like he's going to be back in the lineup too here, Pete. Looking at 4 lines, they're fine. They got Pietrangelo back, Alex Martinez, McNabb. They're pretty much. I know they're missing Eichel. They're missing a couple other players here. Sorry, I got so many damn freaking tabs. But Bjorn. Dorivev, Mironov, Eichel, Carrier could be back too, and then Shea Theodore, he's still out. But the last 5 meetings, guys, both of these teams, 3 goals have hit too. So the overs are in the situation with this being the one game with the Super Bowl. I think this is also a rematch too, guys. If you remember, the Golden Knights beat Edmonton in the playoffs last year to knock them out. And they know how good the Oilers are too. They're going to break a record. This is going to be a good hockey game. And I wasn't going to take the over, and it actually moved against me, Pete. It was minus 120 to the -6 last night, minus 109 now at Pinnacle for the over 6, guys. I'm still going to take it. I have a hard time not taking this. I know the power plays, we're looking at 18 and 19%, but back and forth hockey game. I really do. And just looking at Vegas here, they're going to come out guns a-blazing. Skinner, he's been shaky in his career against Vegas too. And Vegas has actually, I always remember this too. They play them they play them tough. They've actually been the one team that the others really can't beat, or they've had a hard time. And they're not going to want them to break this record of 17 wins, first time since 92-93 with the Penguins. So going to be a good hockey game. I'm really, my hockey sense here, guys, kind of going not off as much stats here, because Aiden Hill, he's been one of the best goalies in the league here. But Oilers are going to be able to score, and I think Skinner's going to maybe regress a bit here in this game. So over 6, minus 109, guys. You can find probably minus 110 as well. Let's pull the trigger.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, this is such a huge game. I mean, you say it's going to be electric in there. You know, normally with a playoff game game like that, you would think unders, but regular season, a game like this, it might be tense for the first 3 minutes, but then it'll open up and the electricity this might be I don't know if the under is a good play anymore. And especially in the first period, right?
Yeah, I really do. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought here. Full game over 6. Power plays too. One thing I didn't bring up, power plays per game. Both of these teams 3.14, 3.44. And Vegas too, they're going to be ready for this game. They really are. I think this is going to be an over hockey game, Pete. I do. Okay,
I'm gonna pass as of right now. I was thinking about the first period under, but I think that might be the wrong side. I think you might be right here. Okay, let's glance the comment section, then review our plays. Nate Dogg likes first period. Go ahead.
One thing, this is what I was going to say. Vegas are going to want, this is the record. Edmonton's going for a record here. Vegas are going to come out. I think first period Vegas could be live here at a nice plus money. This is the game where I think the numbers should be a little tighter. I was surprised. What was it? The Penguins and the Jets minus 110. Come on. And the Oilers here, I think they're getting a little more this is the team that's had their number, guys, for the last few years. And they're going for the record, and it's against the team that's had their number. You know, it's going to be electric. I think there'll be goals, and I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas wins this game.
Yeah, man, Vegas might really be the play here. Now that we're talking about it, you know what I mean? It's got it written all over it.
And Carlson should be back. I don't know how many games I don't know if he's confirmed back to, or how many games he's had under his belt. But getting him back, this is a mainstay. You guys got 32 points in 38 games. Having him back will only, if he's back in the lineup too, I would be betting Vegas. I would.
Brent Cook, an astute NHL handicapper, agrees that breaks for teams that are playing great is really bad. Still can't fade Edmonton. Brent Cook just going to watch the game.
How much higher? Sorry, Pete. Can Edmonton get and also the skills competition, guys? McDavid won that too. So Edmonton, they can winning this, winning that. They're winning everything right now. This feels like the letdown. It really does. It does.
Oh, Jackson likes Vegas money line. All right. Oh wow, it's now up to 140 at Pinnacle. So it's gotten bet up even since earlier this morning. 20 cents in favor of Edmonton, almost 15 or 18 cents in favor of Edmonton. Wow.
It's going to be the first. First period. It's plus 118, Pete. Vegas first period. So quite a drop there. I think the first period, that's where they're going to want to. They're going to jump on them. I think Vegas first period, guys, feels pretty live too. That's where they're going to jump, because it's not going to be easy to close out this Oilers team. They've won 16 in a row. They just know how to win. And McDavid's playing probably the best hockey I've seen him play. So
I'll probably have bets one way or another on Vegas, but I'm going to pass as far as an official play is concerned. Very interesting. All right, Gogi, let's review our official plays and then we'll review quickly the card, and then we'll move on. You ready, Gogi?
Go, brother.
All right. So let me start. Vancouver, all my official plays. Vancouver, Carolina, first period under 1.5 plus 115. I'm going to take Carolina money line minus 146, especially high line moved in their favor. I think that seals it for me. Philly, Florida, first period under 1.5 plus 103. And I am going to trust the cappers that I've been reading. I've been capping today. I'm going to take Winnipeg Pens unders, first period under 1.5 minus 104, and the full game under 6 minus 126. Montreal, Washington under 6 minus 128, and the Montreal team total under 2.5 plus 100. And I'm going to take Colorado first period minus 106, and the Colorado New Jersey game over 6.5 minus 127. My gut is really telling me that makes me nervous, but I've already made it official, so I'll take it. Rest of the card, I really want to take a shot with Boston, -1. But again, team's playing well. Then back from the break. Be very, very careful there, so I'll pass. Want to take a shot with Buffalo as a dog against Dallas, but I'm going to hold off on that one, and the line has moved in Dallas's favor. Yes, the line has moved in Dallas's favor. Other things I'm thinking about is, a lot of people saying Winnipeg might be a good bet, but I'm going to hold off on that one. I feel like Washington, even as a big favorite, is worth a shot. But since I took the Montreal team total under, I will hold off on that one. Colorado, New Jersey, we talked about. And again, Edmonton, Vegas, line clearly, strongly moving in Edmonton's favor. But reason to think maybe Vegas or Vegas first period has some value. Mr. Gokser, please review your official plays.
All righty, guys. I'm doing a late ad here. I know I was talking about Colorado first period. I'm not going to play that one. I'm going to stick to both teams to score, guys. Colorado, New Jersey, plus 130. The ad's going to be that Vegas first period. I got to do it, Pete. Plus 118, Vegas first period. I'm going to go backwards here. Oilers and Vegas, full game over 6. I got it at -109. I'm seeing -115 now, Pete, on Pinnacle. Buffalo first period, plus 128. We got the first period under between Winnipeg and Pittsburgh, and with Pete there, -105. Florida on the puck line, plus 119. Another under in Montreal, first period, that is 1.5. Montreal and Washington, plus 100. And then a fun first period draw, Pistol, plus 180 between the Calgary Flames and the Boston Bruins, baby.
And look at this. In the meantime, Matty Ice has chimed in. Vegas all day for me.
Yeah.
Again, Brent Cook likes Vegas, but just still cannot fade the Oilers. Matty Ice can. All day, Vegas for Matty Ice, man. I think I can fade them with my personal money, but I don't think I can fade them with an official play publicly. As regular viewers of my videos know, I care way more about my public picks than my actual money bets. Man, Mr. Gokser, what an interesting card today.
Man, I had fun. That was good
to see how it all turns out.
Yeah, man. That was a good time.
Yeah.
So next week is Jimmy on with us?
Yeah, Jimmy's on. It's going to be a big party. Everything's going to go crazy. It's going to be fun as hell. We'll have to keep I might just put myself in charge of pace. I might be the pace coach for the show because we can't have people yapping about all these AHL, NHL players here and there for hours and hours. It's great information. Got to keep it fast and pithy.
It'll be like old times. Yeah, we'll need the quick pace.
Yeah, don't go quite yet. Jose Bouquet, is Connor Mack around or not really? Yo, Jose Bouquet. What'd you say?
No, he'll be here in just a moment. Sorry, I guess my mic.
Okay, then Gogi, you can yap all you want until Connor Mack comes about whatever NHL, AHL players you want to.
Let's do a little golf. Let's do a little golf, guys.
Okay, yes. Hit us up. Golf.
Yeah. So this week it's exciting. It's the crazy. It's the Players Open, as they like to say. Not literally, but it's the TPC Scottsdale Phoenix Open and the crazy hole on 16 where people are drinking beers, throwing them on the course, or on the greens there. That is. And then there's another event, Pete. You know what? We got to talk about it. I haven't talked about it for 2 years, but I watched Live last week, and that was damn exciting. I'm sorry to say, guys, but with all these big names too in Live, you got to be talking about Live. So this week, I'm actually going to do a little Live research. They're playing at Las Vegas, Pete, where the Super Bowl is. So they know what they're doing. It's right behind the Westgate, actually. I remember seeing this course in Las Vegas. So two events this week, guys, Live and the PGA, going to be big names, lots of picks, lots of bets. So check that out tomorrow. They tee off Thursday morning, so I'll tweet that out Wednesday night for you guys.
That's awesome. His name is His name is Mr. Gokser for all the people who are first-time viewers. And we do have Connor Mack. We're going to talk NBA. We're going to talk college hoops. I got a bunch of not too many NBA bets, but I got a bunch of college hoops bets I've already made. We'll see what Connor Mack has to say about it. Mr. Gokser, thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Be good, boys. Have a good show.
All right.
Gogi.
Okay, Connor Mack How's it going? Let me set up my NBA notes here, and then we'll get into NBA. How you doing in general these days, Connor Mack?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Pete?
Oh, great to hear. Couldn't be better. I was doing not so great earlier, but Kinderneck won the second set, and he's ahead in the third set. So now I'm doing pretty well.
Feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing okay, although it's not in the bank yet, but definitely doing all right as we speak. Connor Mack. Okay. NBA. We do have some interesting stuff here. Let me just pull up my notes, and then we'll get into it. Everyone in the comments section, astute NBA cappers, and everyone and otherwise, please chime in. Tell us what you think. Let's start with Houston, Indiana. You ready? Ready, Connor Mack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Houston, of course, off a blowout loss at Minnesota. They had been covering before that, and the Pacers, they got Pascal in, they got Halliburton back. I think things are looking up for the Pacers here. They're doing very well offensively. I think their efficiency numbers are looking pretty good. They might have turned a little bit of a corner. Pacers leaning over, and maybe the Pacers team total over is worth a play, even though it's very high at whatever it is, 125 or wherever it is right now. I know the total has gotten bet up since the overnight line, but Pacers leaning over, just kind of liking the Pacers right now in general. What do you think, Connor Mack?
Yeah, let's get to it. Sorry, I had to get all my screens pulled up here.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Got a million of them. Yeah, let's get to it. The one thing is, Pacers have owned the Rockets. I think they beat them 8 straight, and 7 of the 8 they've covered. This line's just getting out there a little bit big. And one thing with the Rockets, as much as they were so good at home and were a bet on, they've been basically all year a fade on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Pete. There hasn't been many times where I won't want to take them at all. So I get your look here with the Pacers. You know what I want to glance at? I didn't pull it up. We could do it here one sec. I wanted to pull up the team totals. I'm sure it's high for the Pacers. Just when I start to see, they still are very sloppy defensively. You have to lay 8 points.
It's even higher now than it was at the beginning of the show. It's just Pacers and over is like increasing.
Yeah, what is it here? Let me
8 and 243.5 now.
Damn. Yeah. It's high, but I think you get over. I still think the Pacers get over 125. So I look that way. I just right now the Rockets until I see some difference, and maybe it's gonna have to be after the break. No Van Fleet. He's obviously out in this one. Sorry, my camera's a little fucked up. I don't want the Rockets, so it's just Pacers or nothing. I have a few bets already on this card, so I don't mind them here. But I say we roll on.
Shout out to Troy Torrance in the comment section, busting his ass and killing NBA. I don't bust my ass and I don't really kill NBA. Probably correlated, probably related. I think I'm going to, I can't take Indiana at the line. I probably could, even at 8. And the total's so up there, but I still think that the Indiana team total over is bettable. Jeez, 125.5. Oh, man. Come on. That's so high, isn't it, Connor Mack?
It's a little high.
It's a high-ass total, Connor Mack. Oh man, I don't know what to do here now. Maybe I'll just take let's see. Jay. Shout out to Dabby Cab, Justin McElvey. What up? Jay Smooth likes Pacers first quarter. Go ahead.
I was just saying what up. Shout out to everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
The goddamn like button. That's all we asked for.
Rockets +8 if they have a good game. Coin says Indiana over 242.5 feels right, except that I don't even think that's available right now. I think 243 or 243.5. God, I do. Oh man, 244 at Pinnacle. I think that's the right bet. Even after the move, I'll add it on. I'll take the bet online line, which is 243 minus 113. Getting a shitty line here, but it's the best line available, and I will take it. Houston Pacers over 243 minus 113. I'll make that official. I did bet this one, but I got a better line overnight. I got 238 or something like that. 243 minus 113. I'll take it. I'll make it official, and also leaning Pacers. All right, next game on the card, Dallas and Brooklyn. Earlier in the show, someone said they liked Brooklyn plus the points, which does make some sense. Dallas on a back-to-back, beat Philly yesterday. Brooklyn also on a back-to-back. They lost to Golden State yesterday, and I believe that Ben Simmons is playing. Right? Is Ben Simmons going to play tonight for the Nets? Connor?
Yeah, he should be good. I haven't heard anything that he's not.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that that at the very least, the Brooklyn team total over is worth a shot. Ben Simmons, with him back, they're at least doing a lot better offensively. Not quite sure that I would want to pull the trigger on them getting only a couple of points, but I'm thinking that that the Brooklyn team total over is worth a play. But earlier in the show, someone was saying that Brooklyn just as a home dog worth a shot. What do you think, Connor Mack? No,
I think they're worth a shot.
Stacks play of the day. Sorry, Stacks play of the day. Brooklyn Nets plus 2.5.
I get it. This is the closest one for me that I haven't bet yet. This +3 with the Nets, and I haven't really wanted to bet them. We talked about this, Pete, as hot as they were early on. I haven't took the Nets too many times. What was it, last Tuesday or was it Tuesday before, where they blew that big lead against the Knicks? Remember, we were all talking about that game. You don't remember? Oh, I remember these, somewhat, Pete. But anyways, they blew a huge fourth quarter lead, and Knicks covered by like a half point in that game, depending on where you got the line. But both these teams are off games last night. Nets just got drilled. Not drilled, but they lost by 11 to the Warriors. And Mavs ended up beating down the Sixers 118-102. You know what I thought with a back-to-back here, Pete? Mavs have been decent. Now lately, they kind of came out great to the over. They played a little bit more to the under. I thought this game would see points on a back-to-back. Yeah. Who's going to be in? Looks like Lively's going to be out for the Mavs. That's about it. So everyone should be a go. I mean, I'm pretty sure Luka goes too, or maybe Kyrie's a sit. We got to wait on that, but everything's showing that he might go here today, dealing with the thumb. Finney Smith looks like he's the only questionable one here with the Nets with the ankle. So I really like the Nets. I know the +3. The Mavs have kind of kicked the shit out of them, but a lot of these games have been close. Some of these losses that they had, even the one early in October, 125. 120, but that was at home at Dallas. So I'm interested in the 3, and I'm interested in the over. I haven't taken a ton of overs, Pete, full game overs lately, but this one I had circled from last night with these teams on the back-to-back.
Yeah, and I think the Nets, at least on their team total, is a decent shot. I'm going to take first half team total over, maybe full game as well, but I'll start with the first half team total over. I will use the Heritage line here, 59.5 minus 113. That's a 116. A Pinnacle Heritage has 113, so I'll take that one. Brooklyn Nets over, first half over, 59.5 minus 116. I think I'm going to double up and take the full game team total over as well. I can understand why people are liking. In the meantime, the total has shot up since a few hours ago. It's now up to 237, but the line has moved a little bit in Dallas's favor. Let's look at the comments section here. Troy Torrance. There we go. Troy Torrance split this bet. Nets team total and Nets money line. There you go. Troy Torrance. My opinion was Nets team total over even before I saw it. Now I'm loving it. So Troy Torrance wants Brooklyn plus the points and the money line and the team total over. And Coin pointing out Brooklyn first quarter, 21-4-1 ATS, Brooklyn first quarter at the house. I knew they started well. I didn't realize that good. Is that a true stat? Holy crap. Brent Cook, though, Mavs have kind of kicked the shit out of them, LOL. C-Mac definitely not taking the Nets here.
Yeah, they beat them. If you want to go back the last 5, I think they won. That's just the last 2 years. A lot of these guys, I always like to look at. I just meant the games have been close and they've been right in this number. Pete, there's a 5-point win, a 2-point win, a 3-point win by the Mavs, and a lot of those were in Dallas.
Yeah, Billy Freeze says Nets first half for me. I like the full game team total over as well for the Nets, but officially, I think I'm just going to stick with the first half team total over. Kelly McGinnis likes Mavs spread minus 3.5. Yeah, the line is moving in the Mavs' favor. I suspect that Troy Torrance would come back with a "now I like it more" response to the line move in favor of the Mavs, which is very, very ballsy. Sean Higgs notably did that once in a video with me a long time ago. I never forgot it. I suspect now that it's 3.5, Troy's like, "now I like it more." Great. Now I like it more, which is extraordinarily treacherous and ballsy, but also elite, if you know what you're doing. All right. I definitely am not at that level yet. I'm just going to go with the first half team total over for Brooklyn, and let's move on. Next game, Orlando, Miami. Orlando playing great, right? On a road trip, 5 straight covers. Miami's off the Clippers loss. 2 covers before that. Before that, they've been kind of crappy ATS. And, I don't know. Miami just having a lot of trouble scoring. Orlando, very good defensively. The obvious play would be Miami team total under at like 108 or whatever. Maybe it is an obvious play that you just a no-brainer pull the trigger on. They are at home, though. Miami a small favorite, a very low total. Again, Orlando covering game in and game out. What do you think, Connor Mack?
This was a tough one, P. How do you want to really go against the Magic, who kind of got beat up, little brother here in these matchups in the past? The Heat kind of beat up. But the last game, Magic won. They're just covering numbers. 5 straight, Pete. Yeah. Won 3 in a row here on this 4-game road trip. This will be the 5th game here in Miami. I still think this is kind of the Heat here at home, but no way am I even laying these points with the Heat.
Right.
In NBA, this seems just like volatility, coin flip. You really want to lay 3 points with the Heat here, Pete? I know they had the players meeting. And, they're playing some really bad basketball, and they just lost to the Clippers.
Whoa. When did they have a players meeting? I missed that.
I don't know. Last week. It wasn't crazy. But they got a couple wins finally, but they just lost to Clippers. Clippers are red hot, so I don't think that loss, just 2 days ago, was a big deal, 103-95. And when I have these teams beat, I love an under. We're getting pretty low here. 212, but I'd still lean the under. 2 of the teams that don't score, play defense, are pretty slow and don't shoot the ball well. But I couldn't go away from the Magic. Yeah, I just can't do it. I take their points. I think they keep this game close. I'd want the 3 in my back pocket.
Yeah. Yes. The Heat are a good defensive team, aren't they? They definitely are. No question about that. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do officially. I'm sorry, Connor Mack? You say something? Did you say something?
No.
All right. I'm gonna take the first half under. I don't love the current movement at Pinnacle, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Orlando, Miami, first half under 109 minus 102. I don't love the fact that it's where it is, but I will take it first half under. And I'm also thinking about the Heat first half team total under as well. Team total, where are they? Team total first half, Miami 55 minus 103. It does appear to be headed up, though. Is there any reason to think that Miami will have a change of fortune and change of form offensively? Are they going to start putting it together offensively at some point?
Maybe, but not right now, Pete. There's nothing I've seen that especially offensively.
All right. Yeah. All right, I'm going to hold off on the team total, though. Maybe Miami will come in and just lay the hammer down on these guys. But I'm going to take the first half under, 109 minus 102. Also leaning full game under as well. Let's see what the comment section. And Brent Cook says Magic equals money. It's Magic. Yeah,
they're healthy. They're young. They're healthy. I said they're healthy.
Yeah.
Too. The Magic, who dealt with some injuries there for a stretch, but Carter, Fultz is in there, Wagner, everyone. Inchero, Suggs.
Well, here we go. Look at this. VP's 100. Give me Heat all day. Brent Cook, Magic +3, play of the day. Wow. Brent Cook, wow. And Rocco Rogers says Heat are also one of the best teams in the league at shutting down opposing number 1 offensive players. Yeah. Wow, I would love to take the Miami. No, you're right. I think I like the under. I'm just going to take the first half under. Like the full game under as well, but don't want to go too crazy with this one. Let's move on. Next game, Memphis and New York. Memphis off of 2 straight blowout, straight-up losses, right? They had covered a bunch of games before that. Knicks, of course, off of that, the home loss to the Lakers, but they had been rolling ATS before that. Knicks just have this system, right? They have a lot of injuries, personnel issues, but it doesn't seem to matter that much. They just continue to play well in the system, what they're doing, good defensively, low-scoring games. So I was thinking after the Lakers lost, probably the Knicks D up. I was thinking once it's a very low total, but again, under in first half under. That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's treacherous to take unders in the NBA at this line, but that's what my leans were. What do you think, Connor Mack? And I did already bet it a little bit.
Yeah, you said the
Under.
The Grizzlies team total under?
No, I just said first half and full game under.
I get it. I don't even think the Grizzlies maybe get to 100 here, and the team total's 99.5, 98.5. I was looking at that. Who the hell is on this team right now? I mean, now they're not even playing Jackson Jr. I mean, he's not even going to play. I mean, have you seen this? I mean, it's like 15 guys, the injury report for them. I mean, obviously, you know, Morant's now gone, but Smart, Bane, he won't be back for another month. It's just crazy. And they finally, who were scrappy and hung around, we had them again on Thursday when I was on with Mike. They slipped in and covered again, but they've gotten drilled, Pete, the last two, especially when like Jackson's out and that I didn't want them, and they've gotten beat up. I mean, what these last two, they lost by 40 to Boston, 20 to Golden State. But before that, they just snuck in and covered versus the Kings, the Cavs. They were covering numbers 6 straight, but I can't take them here. And this is moved from what 12.5 to 14.5. I mean, everyone just sees kind of like a Knicks. Yeah, 14.5. Knicks should win here pretty easily. You know what I took on Thursday, real quick? Josh Hart. He doesn't get the double-double. He comes right back and gets it. Maybe look at his double-double. I've talked about it with no Randall in the lineup. He gets a lot more minutes. He had like 12 and 12, I think, the last game. So if you're looking for a prop, as long as he plays 35 minutes, I think he can get there.
Sounds good. All right. It might be close, but I'm going to take the under. It's 213. Bunch of places like Pinnacle have 112, 113. I'm going to take the Heritage line. I'm seeing 108. Memphis, Knicks, under 213 minus 108. Going to be cutting it close. Official play, though. And other people are suggesting that Memphis team total under at like 99.5 or whatever might be worth the play. I can certainly understand that. Yeah, it's just, we'll see. We'll see. I could see it sneaking under, but Memphis covering. The Knicks win by 11. Memphis gets 101. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'll make official Memphis Knicks under 213. I did already bet that. See what people have to say here. Brent Cook saying Magic win outright. He just don't score enough to run off the Magic. King Al says, Pete, what do you mean you bet it a little bit? LOL. It means that instead of betting, $8 or $10, I bet like $3 or $4, And then if I listen to everyone else and I like what they have to say, then maybe I'll go into the double digits. Maybe. Sure. No, I'm kidding around. My bet size is small, but not that small. Billy Friedrich, heavy lean towards Grizz first half plus 8. All right. And Billy Friedrich likes the under in that game as well. Okay, let's move on. Next game on the card, Minnesota Bulls. Really not sure what to make of this one. Minnesota, of course, big win over Houston in their last game. In general, kind of 50-50-ish right now. The Bulls, I don't know. They're off that home loss to Sacramento. And I do remember, Connor Mack, when they were playing, it was a Tuesday, they were playing Toronto, and everyone in the comment section was like, I'm not going to bet my money on the Raptors, this and that, this and that. Well, the Bulls lost to the Raptors at home. So the Bulls are a very vulnerable team here right now. Minnesota off a big win, but they're obviously a capable quality team. I don't know what to make of this one. I'm probably going to pass unless you like something here.
Yeah, what do we get from this team's just kind of like, T-Wolves, way better team. This just seems kind of a flat spot for them. And, of course, they could go into Chicago and cover this number. But I've been wanting to, at times, even lay points with the T-Wolves, especially at home. Now here on the road, I don't know. Bulls just got kind of beat down. It was a bad matchup for them versus the Kings that last game. They get down by, 25, 30. They came roaring back, but still didn't get the cover. But they've been scrappy at home here. And this is the second game where they've been back here at home after that first one. I kind of like the Bulls. I don't know if I pulled the trigger in the end. One thing, defense travels, Pete. That's why T-Wolves is one of the better defensive teams, and that's why they've been so good this year. And the Bulls don't light it up here either. So I don't know if I jumped the under, but I was looking at the Bulls here, plus 5.5. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Bulls are one of those teams where it's like, they're playing some crappy team, they lose outright, but then when they're playing like a pretty good team and they're looking kind of crappy themselves, that's when they come back and play. And I agree with your lean on the under. The line hasn't moved yet, so that has me a little bit.
All the money hasn't moved. A lot of money
Yeah.
on T-Wolves. Yeah, and it hasn't moved at all. Yeah, no Williams. They are a little bit different, Troy, without him. Vucevic, more of an offensive guy. He's soft. Kobe White should be in tonight with his ankle. He's been dealing with that for a while. Yeah, Bulls are nothing bad. I didn't love it.
Troy Torrance posting a final score that would imply Timberwolves and the over, decent plays, and Timberwolves team total over, quite a decent play. Maybe that's the way to go. T-Wolves team total over, which is where are we right? Yeah, like 111 and a half. That seems decent, but I'm going to hold off as of right now, at least as far as official play is concerned. Next game on the card, another one that I think I'm going to pass on. Not sure. OKC and Utah. OKC off of an OT win, not doing that well ATS recently, and Utah pounded Milwaukee in their last game. That was a bad spot for Milwaukee though, so now they're here. They're a home dog, small home dog. They played at Utah a while ago, and it was a super high scoring game. And OKC won by about 5 or so. So you can look at that one and think what you expect here. I don't know. My sense is I don't know, and I think I'm going to pass.
I think this is a little bit of revenge. I got to be on the Jazz, Pete. And especially as the home dog, they've just been one of the best teams in all the NBA against the number at home, and even better as a dog. And I think it is about 2 weeks ago, that game. And that was big for OKC. I think they were on a couple game, had lost a couple, and they came to play. And one thing, even without it, SJ comes, he can just score buckets. But I think this could be difficult here for the Thunder, which I really love. I mean, now you're laying 3 at Utah, and they just won by 5 like you talked about. And I thought Utah fought pretty well in that game. Just kind of folded down the stretch and lost by 5. But they shoot it way better. We know how they are in Salt Lake. I got to be on the Jazz here. It's just them at home as dogs. Just lost to them at their house 2 weeks ago. I think they get it back. So I'm on the Jazz.
Look at this. Troy Torrance just fucking bringing it in the comment section. Liking Utah.
And over. Pete, I like the over here, too. I think this could get over again. I think there could be a bunch of points. I'd lean over the total.
Troy Torrance liking Jazz and also liking T-Wolves and the over in that one as well. Smoking Tree likes the Jazz. Jazz +3 free money. Man.
They've been pretty good all year.
Any of this stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to just copy Troy Torrance and add it to my official public record, but I'm going to tail it with my personal bets, though, for sure. Wow. Mario Barrios, 420, likes the Jazz +2.5. Connor Mack, let's bet the Jazz tonight. If it loses, that's fine. I think that's.
I'm already on him, Pete. I'm on.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Let's
go bigger, though.
I said, yeah, I'm on. And I always go bigger. I've talked about it with them. When they are a dog at home, it's like 80%. Not only they cover, they went outright. So I put a little bit more money than normal because I always put money line as with dogs, but they've just been winning these games. So just look out for that. If you get the Jazz at home, and you've caught them with some big numbers like +8, shit like that, and they just went outright. So just people forward do that.
I might put $11 or like $14 or something on the Jazz. We'll see, but I might
going deep.
I really step out.
I like it.
I'm gonna really step out there, like a 5-unit play on the Jazz or something like that. Like at $14.50 or some shit like that, man. Wow. Troy Torrance, huge shout out to Troy Torrance. I'm not gonna add to my record, but I will definitely be betting the Jazz tonight, and almost certainly tailing his opinion on the T-Wolves and the over in that one. Huge shout out to Troy Torrance. All right, let's move on. Connor Mack, Milwaukee Phoenix is the next game. I saw some people earlier in the show saying that they loved Phoenix today. Milwaukee off a loss was a bad spot for them. They were on the road back-to-back, and Phoenix now back home off of their trip. And Phoenix is playing great right now, though. That's the thing. My first thought was Milwaukee first quarter and first half, if not full game. But Phoenix is really kind of gelling now, with Beal playing well, had a great game on Sunday, and don't really love fading Phoenix right now. I mean, I'll do it, but I feel funny about it. I think I like Milwaukee first quarter and first half, but it's not going to be some $11, $14 play, maybe like $2 or $3 or something like that. I'm thinking Milwaukee first quarter and first half, although Phoenix impressively coming together right now.
Yeah, I like it, Pete. Who knows here if Lillard's going to play, or not. Mm-hmm. Bucks kind of they did get beat up. They were basically beating the Jazz and just got killed that fourth quarter, 40-13. And that can happen in Salt Lake, like we were just talking about. The losers are 3 or 4. This is the danger spot here with the Suns. Playing pretty good basketball on that, decent on the road trip. They did lose to the Hawks, but this is the first game back after 7-game trip? Seems like the ultimate flat spot for the Phoenix Suns, doesn't it? I think it does. Coming back home here, it's been tough for me to trust the Bucks, but how many times have the Bucks now you see them priced like this as a dog? I mean, they're on the road. I get it, but I get your look with them early. It's one I have. I want to see if Lillard plays. There's a few more things that I wanted to wait on this game, but I kind of like the Bucks getting the 4.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just that now Phoenix is really starting to look like, what everyone was hoping or thinking about before with Beal and Booker and Durant and everything. Beal's healthy, playing great, hard to fade. Thankfully, we have Troy Torrance in the comments section. See what he has to say about this game. No comments on this one so far. Kelly McGinnis likes Phoenix -3.5. Coin likes the under 244.5. That's interesting. Rocco Rogers leans Bucks spread. Kelly McGinnis.
Yeah, has the total got too high? Because I think there's points in this game, but this is really high at 244. And one thing with the Suns, they've been scoring a bunch, but I don't know how great defensively they are. To tell you the truth, I think they're pretty good. I mean, we'll see once they get rolling here in May. And
BJ June. NBA best bet. Suns money line 5 units. Justin McElvey likes the Bucks +4. Andrew G says Bucks are the mess. Bucks are a mess. All right, I guess I'm going to – Troy Torrance, I don't see an edge in this game. Range of outcomes is so wide. Yeah, I mean, if Phoenix wasn't, so talented and coming together kind of at the same time, I'd be like, all right, I'll fade them. But it's just you just look at what they're doing with Beal healthy. It's just very scary to fade, especially with – Lillard might play, but, they'll shoot him up with the stuff that'll make him – 100% for the game, hopefully, but will he be limited? I don't know. Wow. Billy Friedrich liking first half over, full game under. All right. Shout out to Troy Torrance once again. And I'm gonna pass on this one. All right, Connor Mack. We'll move on to college hoops, but for now, let's review our official plays. My official play is Houston, Indiana over 243 -113. I did bet that one earlier last night. Got 239 or whatever, but I'll still take it at that line. Nets, first half team total over 59.5 -113. And other people saying that the Nets on the full game is a good bet and talking about how great the Nets are first quarter in general. Orlando, Miami, first half under 109 -102. Memphis, Knicks under 213 -108. And I will be definitely tailing with my own money, but not on my official slate as my own official picks. Utah against OKC and probably Minnesota and the over. Connor Mack, what are your official plays as of right now?
Yeah, this one, the lone one I'm going to wait on is that Dallas-Brooklyn. I might go Nets team total. I kind of missed the full game, Pete. This 233.5. It's either 236 or 237.
Yeah.
So I don't love that. And I just don't know where I'm going to go. That's a wait. But I moved here. I'm moving on the Magic. I'm taking the 3. I just like how this young team keeps playing, and I think the game is low scoring, like you talked about, Pete. And I think they're in it. So I want the 3 points. And, of course, the Jazz, +3. Also take a money line. Should be a great game against Oklahoma City tonight. And that's it.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's get into college basketball. Connor Mack, Rocco Rogers, talking about Houston first half spread at home. Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure. All right, you ready to do college basketball, Connor Mack?
I'm ready. Let's rip it.
All right, we may as well start with that, the Houston game, right? Houston off a loss, right? Even when they're not off a loss, their first half bets have been great. Oftentimes they beat decent teams by 20 at home or whatever it is. Now they're off a loss. Maybe it's too obvious. Maybe it's too easy. It's going to be a huge line, whatever it is right now. But I don't think I cannot take a shot with it. And I don't think I cannot make it an official play for myself. Houston first half off the loss to Kansas. And, Oklahoma State, they're off a nice home win as a small dog. Decent ATS recently, but maybe that makes it even better. Houston off a loss at home, huge favorite against Oklahoma State. What do you think about Houston first half and maybe full game?
Yeah, I don't want to be in the way of Houston here. I'd lay the points to them first half. I wanted to pull up. I got to do it, Pete. This Oklahoma State team has been awful on the road. Like, this could be a bad spot for them.
Yeah, sure.
They're 0-5, and I've seen some of these road games. Like, they scored 54 at Kansas, 42 at Iowa State. I mean, this is one where they could probably score 42. Like, I wouldn't be shocked. That's how good Houston's defense is, especially at home. So I had it pulled up. I'm sure their team total's low. I've taken some scrapers, Pete, like 56 and a half, 54 and a half team total unders with whoever's playing Houston. And they cashed all year long. I got to pull it up, but I don't even know how they get past that. So I like it.
All right. Well, right now I'm seeing these are live lines. Pinnacle has Houston first half is 12.5 minus 117, but Bet Online has 12 minus 115, and Heritage has 12 minus 114. So I'll take that. Houston first half minus 12 minus 114.
Okay. 53 and a half.
Very nice.
That's Oklahoma State's team total. Oklahoma State's team total, 53 and a half. I don't know if they get 54. Yeah. I don't think they get 54.
Very tempting. Yeah, I might. I don't know if I want to double up on it, but I will definitely make Houston first half minus 12, minus 114 an official play. We'll look at the comments section. And yeah. All right. Connor Mack, hit us with the game that you liked on today's card, college basketball.
Yeah, get down here to a couple that I'm on that are a little bit late in the night, same time, 9 Eastern. We'll start with the first one here. Nevada at Utah State, Pete.
Yep.
Nevada off the huge home win. This Nevada team, though, when they've gone on the road, especially in conference play, have struggled. This team struggles to score. When these guys aren't making shots, it's ugly. And their defense can keep them in games, but when they kind of get down by 10 or 15, they can't come back. And it's just been trouble for them, all year long. Utah State, off the loss, we talked about on Saturday at San Diego State. They lose there. They're probably due for a loss. They had won, I think, 6 of 7, played pretty well. Won at Boise State. So they're back here at home. It's 5.5, but I think they can get this done. Unless Nevada comes clamping down and they hit shots, I think this is a game Utah State can cover here at home. And they're the team. They're not as great shooting as they were last year, but man, they get to the rim. We see how efficient they've been all year. Top 10 in the country and a bunch of those numbers. I always look at the free throws. They're 73%. It's not awful, but it's not great. But they do get to the free throw line, Pete. Top 50 in makes and attempts, 16 and 22 for Utah State. I think you can lay the 5.5 here. I think they could get the job done and big bounce back at home.
I agree. I already bet this one. I'll make a few plays official. I agree with you. I like the under. It's gotten bet down a bit, though, since it's opened. I still like the under a little bit, but I agree with you that if I like the under, then I really like the Nevada team total under, because I think that Utah State is also a good bet full game as well. No question about that. I will take, let me see. So I'll take the Nevada team total under. I can get at Heritage right now 71.5 minus 109 or 72 minus 119. Wow, that is really off of the Pinnacle lines right now. So I will take what the hell? I'll take the all right, I'll take the, let me see. I'll take the 70. 2. I'll take the Nevada. No, I'll take the 71. Nevada team total under 71.5 minus 109. That's an official play. That's full game. And I'm also going to take no-brainer-ish Utah State first half, which will be, let me just quote a line here. I like them full game as well, but I definitely like them first half. Let's see.
I like
minus 3. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I like that team total under too.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, I'll take I'll take the Heritage Lions 3 minus 106, but that's fine. I'll take it. Utah State first half minus 3 minus 106. It's 109 at Pinnacle, but I'll take the 106. And wow, the money line is minus 200. All right, that's that. There's a bunch of other associated plays that I would like. And Troy Torrance liking Utah State as well. Andrew G liking Utah State full game. Coach Minton with some bets. I'll copy and paste this, and we'll look at it. All right, Connor Mack. Let me.
You got one?
So much crap here. Yeah. Let me give you another play. Troy Torrance and everyone else in the comments section, tell me what you think about some of these plays, because I do have a bunch of first half plays that I was liking, but maybe they're wrong. But I think they're good. The first one, let's see. There's so many of them. Where the hell are they? Just skip. Okay. Let's talk about Indiana, Ohio State. Okay, Indiana. They got that guy back, right? I forgot his name, but I think they're a lot better now. Ohio State, last year they collapsed around this time of the year. You know, they're going to be motivated to play better, but I'm just not sure that they have it in them. And Indiana, I think, is improving. Not that they're going to become an elite team, but good enough to hang close off a loss with a team like Ohio State. And I was thinking Indiana full game at +6 and first half at 3 or 3.5. Worth a shot. Why would we not like, even though Ohio State is probably also a bit hungry here, Indiana getting points?
Yeah, you're talking about where the big guy's back, but their guard Johnson, right, he's gonna be out. Just put that out there. I don't think he's gonna go. But I agree with you. I mean, the place where I'd want to maybe back Ohio State is at home instead of on the road, Pete. But I don't want to lay any points with Ohio State. Yeah. Even at home, I mean, this seems like a desperate game. They need both these teams. I mean, they're 13-9. They haven't been great all year. They've kind of beat some cupcakes at home. They have a 9-3 record. I was thinking this is dropped. We're going to get to a game coming up that I'm on next. That this has come down a little bit. I kind of get it, but I lean over. I mean, I know it's a conference game, and I love unders, especially in spots. But these two teams kind of been more of an over team. I don't think they're great defensively. I didn't bet it, but I'm with you. I lean the points and lean over here.
No, I was absolutely leaning over as well. Of course, they played earlier this year, and it was a modest scoring game. But I was leaning over as well. Okay, I will take the. Let me see, where the hell are we? Got so many friggin' Indiana. I'll take Indiana. I won't overthink it. I'll take Indiana first half +3 minus 110. Current line Pinnacle. First half +3 minus 110. Current line at Pinnacle. Leaning over as well, but I won't take that for now. And I'm also leaning Indiana full game at +6. I guess, I don't see why I wouldn't take that as well. Just not sure if I want to double up. Let's get into the comment section and then move on. Troy Torrance says, looks like a dead under. Total dropping and a lot of action on the over. Yeah. Troy Torrance leaning Indy. And okay. There you go. You teased it earlier, Connor Mack. Now the big reveal. What is the play that you want to talk to us about that you're really liking today?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just like it the same as the others.
You teased it a couple seconds ago. Yeah.
All right, I love it. You're the man at doing that. It's only gone down a point. This game a little different from the last one, and it's a conference game. But these teams have met. They've gone over the last few years. There's been plenty of points. And usually a team that's been a great under team for me, Pete, Texas Tech, have been a really great over team. This team's shooting a lot better, scoring, and they're not the same defense that they've been in the past 5 years or so. They're 14-7 to the over. And I think to have Baylor, at a 144 here is pretty good. After playing Iowa State, that game stayed under 70-68. I think they have a lot better shooting night here. We know how great this Baylor offense is, and I don't think they're great defensively. I think they're all right. I just see this can get over. I thought if this was right, get this 143.5, 144 right where it is. I pull the trigger on the over. I think this can get over. I don't know if it goes way over, but I think we see some points here and we get over this number.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I was thinking, I mean, obviously both teams can be very high-scoring teams, but this is going to be an intense game, so maybe it'll be a little more defense-oriented because, the Texas Tech, their first-year coach, is now facing his, his mentor. He was, Bears assistant. He was an assistant for Scott Drew about a decade ago.
These teams haven't been, though, Pete, like Texas, TCU, even Oklahoma, where a lot of these conference games, they've kind of flew over. There's been a lot more scoring.
Oh, yeah.
Pay attention to all this. I just mean from a lot of years past, there's been a little bit more. Of course, there's games like this. It's obviously a huge game, and defense could be there. I love seeing missed shots, but I think there's value. That's all I'm saying at this number.
I would agree with you in theory, in principle, on the over, but more so, I was thinking that Texas Tech, at least early and probably full game. I think this is going to be a tight game. I think Texas Tech might be a little bit fraudulent with how much they've done this year, with what they've done this year, but I think they're still good enough to keep a big game like this close. And I'm going to at least take the first half here. Probably liking them full game as well. You think that Baylor is too good for these guys? Why would TCU not be able to keep this one close the whole way through?
I think they could.
Yeah.
I think they could keep it close. I think this is a little bit. I just don't know. I haven't seen enough of Texas Tech, really. On the road, they lost by 8. I saw some of that. They did get beat down by Houston. They did go to Texas, but a few teams have gone to Texas and won this year. They're not kind of the same team. They played today in a big game. But I think they can hang around because I don't know. Baylor is really great defensively.
Yeah, I agree with you. Right, I'm going to take Texas Tech first half and take the Pinnacle line. It's 3.5 minus 114. I could take 3 minus 104 or 3.5 minus 114. I'll take that one. Texas Tech first half plus 3.5 minus 114. And I do kind of like the first half. The full game line for Texas Tech as well. Not sure how I'll handle this if Texas Tech is way down at the half, if I'll bet on them or not. But going to take Texas Tech first half as an official play. Let's look at the comments section. The Jew says all Baylor games are close. I didn't even mention that. But, yeah, Baylor just tends to play, kind of close games, even though they're a quality team. And now we have Texas Tech, who I think will be super motivated to at least make it a game as long as they can, which means first half for sure. Perky Bump Sanderson, Baylor money line, VCU money line parlay. Okay. All right, let's talk about is there another play you want to wait a minute. Let me see. Sorry, hold on. Okay, let's talk about the St. Joe's Dayton game, right? Dayton, of course, excellent team. Now they're on the road. It's a suspiciously low line considering how legitimately excellent Dayton is. But, of course, St. Joe's is at home. They're very competitive. And unless Dayton isn't able to establish the pace or St. Joe's wants to force something that Dayton doesn't want to do, definitely like an under. I took last Tuesday, the Dayton under in the George Washington game. The first one went significantly under. The full game wound up going under, but it was close. The second half was very high scoring. And this one could follow a similar pattern. I'm sure all the sharps are on St. Joe's. I should probably tail that. But I think I'm going to make the first half an official under play here in Dayton, St. Joe's. The total has crashed from mid 140s down to about 141 or 142 or so. And St. Joe's again opened as a tiny home dog. They're still a home dog, but now it's down to 1 or 1.5. What's your take on this one, Connor Mack?
Yeah, I think St. Joe's could be in this game. One thing with Dayton, they're not, like a crazy up and down team, but they're just efficient offensively.
I know.
In this game. So are you going to get them to shut down St. Joe's, who's been pretty good all year? They shoot the 3 decent at home. They've done well scoring the basketball. So I get it. Is this another one where they could stay under the 65? That was basically that game, right, Pete, that we talked about. It would be like that score, 83-61, the George Washington. We kind of, talked about like a score like that. I mean, they were at home, a little bit different.
Yeah, totally different. They were at home, off a loss, and playing a worse team. And playing a worse team,
This was tough. I wanted more points to even pull the trigger with St. Joe's, just to feel a little bit safe. I think it's too short here because I think they could lose outright.
Well, I'm definitely going to take the first half under. It's 67 minus 115 at Bet Online and a few other places, but Heritage has 67 minus 110. If it loses, that's okay. It's almost certainly going to be close. I don't know if this is going to be a 30-28 first half, but I still think there's some value on the under at 67. So I'll take that one. Dayton, St. Joe's, first half under 67 minus 110. Another official play for me. All right, Connor Mack. Anything else you want to give officially on the card?
Yeah, let me get down here. I want to get to a game probably nobody's really bet. I saw my guy here, Billy Friedrich. He says Dayton rolls. There's levels to this. I'm on this game. I took it. I got an 11, but I think 10.5 is all right. I'm on Wyoming here at home. This team, just a totally different basketball team. We've talked about the last few times I'm on here. These are the teams I want as dogs at home that have just been god-awful on the road, who just look like a totally different team, and they come back home, and, man, they just shoot it better. They do everything a little bit better at home. I think there could be points, too. They're not great defensively. Wyoming is not deep, Pete. All these guys play 35, 40 minutes, Walters, Wenzel. But these guys, Griffin, they can shoot, and they've shot the three really good at home all year. And I've backed them, and they've had outright wins. Nevada, they beat. Colorado State, they just beat, Pete, 79-76. New Mexico has not been the same team on the road. The only thing is they are off the loss to Boise State at home. So I get that, but this is just too many points here. Wyoming has regularly beat them. I think the last time, a couple years ago, New Mexico went in there 1-1. This is just a tough place to play in Laramie, Wyoming. You should know that if you know college basketball. And I took the 11. I think 10.5 is fine. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, this line made no sense. The last two home games for Wyoming were straight-up wins as a 7-point and 8-point dog. Normally I'd be doing this, Connor Mack, but weirdly it's like I'd kind of rather have it when Wyoming's off a couple of bad home losses and New Mexico's off of some like big blowout win at home or a high-profile game. This one makes me nervous.
I get it, but Wyoming though, real quick, off a horrible loss and a horrible shooting loss at UNLV this Saturday.
Yeah,
they were awful. I got to pull it up. What they shot from three, it was bad. Yeah, it's 48 points. So I like that.
I hope you cash. There's no way I'm be on New Mexico probably, but and maybe I'll be on something by tip. But I'm going to hold off for now. Connor Mack. Let me find another game that I did bet. We'll see what you think about it. Let me see if there's anything else. I can't even friggin' remember. Oh yeah. Don't worry. We'll talk about Clemson UNC. Don't worry, we will. Here's a game that I bet. Yeah, a bunch of games that I bet. We'll talk about Rutgers, Maryland in a second. Here's one that I bet. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Florida State and BC, right? Now, Florida State, where are my friggin' notes there? I can't even find the friggin' game. All right, Florida State and BC. Where the hell is it? Florida State, of course, is off the loss. I just want to get my notes so that I don't say something stupid and then it's on the internet forever. Okay, yeah. So Florida State just lost to Louisville, straight up, right? They were good ATS before that. BC's off of 2 wins, but I'm not quite sure that they're such great shakes. They're fine offensively. I'd be leaning over here for sure, but definitely leaning Florida State first half. I think they're good enough to play even with BC, even on the road off of that loss. So I'm liking Florida State, probably full game, definitely first half, and I think I'm liking the over as well. What do you think, Connor Mack?
I see how this could get over. I guess I'd lean that way. I thought the total was a little bit high. And BC, a lot of them, when you break down all the numbers, are worse defensively than Florida State, Pete, this year. Yeah, Florida State's off the bad loss to Louisville where they gave up a ton of points. There's just, even with BC, how much I think they're a little bit better at home than they are on the road, of course. There's nothing special about them. I lean Florida State. This isn't a game I bet, but I'd take the points and lean over.
Yeah. In the meantime, the total has gotten bet up a couple of points since I looked at it. Now up to like 152.5 or 153. Looks like though a little money's come in on BC at least full game. That's a little bit concerning. I guess maybe go ahead.
Yeah, the juice. Florida State's maddening to figure out. Yeah, it's a little bit of a roller coaster betting them. When are they going to show up? When are they not? It's just it's not that easy to back them. At times it looks great when they do, and then they come back and have a dud. Lay an egg, as they say.
You know, they're no locks really in sports. Where maybe they are. I just don't know what they are. But I'm gonna take Florida State first.
There isn't, Pete. There isn't.
No?
I'm telling you, there's not. No.
Well, what about the Utah Jazz? Troy Torrance. I know. Even Troy Torrance would say, like, no, it's not a lock. It's a 58% play or whatever. All right. I'm going to take Florida State first half. Bunch of twos around. I'm going to take the Heritage line, though, which is 2.5 minus 113. Florida State first half plus 2.5 minus 113. Current line at Heritage. Also leaning over, but I'll hold off on that one because after the Louisville game, maybe Florida State will clamp down on DMB, and Boston College can have some lower scoring games. So that's another play for me, though. Florida State first half plus 2.5. Jay Smoot likes the BC team total over, which is fine. I wouldn't be surprised if this one is very high scoring and Florida State is up 43-41 at the half, and then the game soars over, and regardless of who wins or covers, the BC team total over soars over. I agree with you on that one. Shout out to Trotwam. Shout out to Trotwam in the comments section. All right, what else do we want to talk about here? I guess we can talk about the UConn game quickly. Butler is off of the big win against Creighton. And this one, I actually, obviously UConn a big favorite. I was thinking under, even though these two teams played already and it was very high scoring. I think this might be more modest scoring. I was leaning under, not necessarily first half, just full game at 147.5. Or see where it's moved. But you got anything on a top-ranked team in the country, UConn?
No, I wouldn't.
No?
I don't want to take that. When I was looking, maybe take their team total, but I think it's 79.5, 80 with UConn.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could hold down. We just saw them when they're at their A game. UConn's still pretty good defensively, and it was trouble for St. John, especially in that second half after a pretty good first half on Saturday. Yeah, nothing I could get to. I don't mind you on the under. This just seems like a blowout, maybe not. That game earlier, like you talked about, but that was on the road, Butler at home, they won by 7, high scoring game.
Yeah.
This could be the classic 80-62 type game here at home.
Okay. If it loses, that's okay, but I bet it. I'll make it official. Butler, UConn, under, and I'll take the Pinnacle line, 147 minus 111. I could take 146.5 minus 104. I should probably take that, but instead I'll take 147. I really should take the 146.5 minus 104. But I'll take the 147 minus 111. Butler and UConn under. All right, let's talk about. Let's talk about the UNC game. Right now, I was definitely on UNC first half against Duke. Didn't take them full game, but I was definitely on UNC first half against Duke, and I cashed that. Of course, before that, UNC lost outright to Georgia Tech. And of course, I don't even remember if I bet that one, but Georgia Tech was clearly the play there. Woe be unto him who took UNC on the road against a shitty team with Duke on deck. And so now we got North Carolina against Clemson. Clemson, kind of a scrappy team. And this is another one where I was thinking about the under. UNC this year, great team, but when they're good, a lot of times they are actually good defensively. They win a lot of 80-60 type games. I wouldn't be surprised if they cover easily, but it still goes way under. Not quite sure if I want to take a Clemson team total under. Not sure what I think about the spread, but I'm thinking about the under 154, 153.5. You got anything on this one? Or do you think that it's a little bit of a especially low line considering how great UNC really does appear to be this year? 6.5 against Clemson. Why not?
Yeah, let's hit the total, Pete. This first game was really low. Clemson 1 of 18 from 3. It's about as bad as it get, and they didn't score for the last 6 minutes. The last 6 minutes, they couldn't make a shot. It's about as ugly as basketball as it get. Watching this on Saturday, this was the live game we were on, and man, that was rough on Clemson. And North Carolina had a bunch of unders. They go over against Duke. Now, is this total too high? Because I think there's more scoring in this one. But if 154 just too much? Maybe. So, I was kind of looking at that because I think Clemson shoots it better. And since that game, that's really their worst game of the year, they've been better. They had one other shittier game against Virginia Tech a couple of games after. But since then, they played pretty good on the road. They lost at Duke by 1. They beat Florida State. They just lost at home to Virginia. Virginia playing really well, holding Miami down. Last night I had the under. That was was money. I think Clemson shoots it better. When this was 7.5, I didn't bet it last night. I wanted 7.5 points with Clemson because I thought they just play. They remember this game. I think and this is a little bit of a flat spot for UNC after the huge win. You beat Duke. They've been playing great basketball. Maybe just a little bit down. I think Clemson maybe come out, maybe a Clemson first half catching these points. But I didn't move on it. Now this is down to 6.5. So it just leans for me right now, Pete, with Clemson 6.5 in the under.
So you think that maybe because of the way the last game went that Clemson will shoot a lot better here, and because UNC is off of the Duke game, they won't be clamping defensively. Yeah, you might be right there, pal. You might be fucking right there, pal. All right, I'm going to hold off on this one. Yeah, I was thinking the under might be worth a shot, but you damn right. You damn right. You damn right, Cutner Mac. Let me see what people in the comment section have to say here. Let's see. Kelly McGinnis likes Clemson plus 3.5 first half. Yeah.
And Pete, I'm trying not to stay on road dogs. Like in conference, I just, not on a lot of them, I mean. But this is a good spot when everything's kind of lining up. How bad they shot it, horrible loss at home, turn around, off the bad loss for North Carolina. It's just a good spot for a road dog here with Clemson. Because for the most part, if you take a lot of these, your ass will get burned. In conference play. Your ass will get burned. You know that. You know that.
Yeah. Justin McElvey likes Clemson plus 8. Dram Yankee points out the Sharps grad Clemson early at 8.5.
They did, and I didn't move.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't move quick enough.
Let me see. I'm looking at. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what. Oklahoma BYU. That's an interesting one. We can talk about that, right? Yeah. Now, talking about these freaking road dogs and stuff. BYU, they're a quality team, right? They were great outside. They had issues inside, but now they're really improving inside, which is having a synergistic effect. I mean, they're off of 2 nice wins and covers, right? 2 nice wins and covers, and they got that center Traore, who was he had a hamstring injury, and hamstring injuries can linger. So a lot of times, people play through hamstring injuries and they're still not at 100%, but then when it actually does get better, they start to get a lot better, even though they had already been playing. They weren't out, and that looks like what's happening here. So BYU is looking really good right now. I know that they tend to be much better at home than on the road. Oklahoma at home, not a great team, but competent, I guess. I'm not sure BYU should be a dog here. I don't really want to bet them off of 2 nice wins and covers, but I was a little bit surprised to see Oklahoma as a favorite. What do you think?
Yeah, we saw it last night even more. They beat Kansas State, but lost 3 of 4 have Oklahoma. They're a little bit desperate here in this game. BYU, as much as having him back has been great, you talk about the hammy with the big guy, they live and die by the 3. It's just that's still what they do. They shoot a ton. And as long as they're right around 37%, 36% is good. The most makes 12. And if those don't drop, it could be a rough night on the road. And I think Oklahoma's defense is pretty good. I've always struggled with them at times offensively. They get a little stagnant. But I think Oklahoma was the play at plus 1.5. That was the look. This is flipped, Pete. Yeah, now they're favored by 1.5. This has gone through 0.
Okay. See, I didn't see the immediate opener. So BYU did open as a favorite.
They did. Yeah, small favorite, minus 1.5. This is just flipped. I think they're due for a rough night. Oklahoma's over the years been tough to trust in spots like this, but I think it's them or nothing here.
All right. I guess I'm going to hold off for now. Yeah, it can be very trappy taking like a team like BYU.
But Pete, BYU could shoot the lights out and win. I mean, that game was a little bit close with West Virginia, and the last 10 minutes, they just blew them out. They just written shots all over the place. So
I don't know, man. That new center, he's playing well. It's only been a couple of games, but he's playing pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Another game that's interesting, let's talk about it. Rutgers and Maryland. Of course, Rutgers off the big win against Michigan, and Maryland had a game against Michigan State where it was kind of some revenge there. I actually bet Maryland first half, and then when they didn't win it was close, and then I bet them again on the second half, and I got burned there. Maryland kind of got embarrassed, and they didn't. It should have been a good spot for them, but it wasn't. So now they're coming off a loss. Rutgers coming off a big win. It's a very low total, so understandably, I did take a small shot with the under at 128. I want to take a shot with Maryland, although with a low total like this, each point is so valuable. They're giving a lot of points. I want to take a shot with Maryland minus first half maybe. Although Rutgers also has a new guard playing with them who's playing very well and giving them some spark. So I guess I'm going to hold off on this one. But situationally, I wanted to pull the trigger with Maryland, but I guess I'm going to hold off. Interesting game though. I
get it, Pete. Rutgers, more of just a team. We want to back them at the rack. Fade them on the road, but this is enticing. Yeah. This line's perfect here. Maryland should win this game right at 7.5. They're a team that, it's tough for them to cover numbers like this. When we talk about a low total, this total though, I thought it's got a little bit too low, Pete. And where are we exactly at? Still at
126,
125.5. That's a little low because even in these rivalries lately, they've been right around 130, 131. That's what I thought this would be at. And I would have jumped on the under if we got that number, but we don't. But man, these teams play some good defense, struggle offensively. It's painful to watch, but not if you cash tickets and you like unders.
Yeah. The only reason I'm not going to take it is just because Rutgers has a little bit of new life injected to them with that guard who's back. So I think that that might be an issue. All right, the only other bet that I made, I guess we can talk about the Kentucky game. That's interesting. The only other bet that I made was I did take a shot with the over in the Wake Forest Georgia Tech game. Just it was a high total. Now it's up to 152. I'd probably still bet it at 152, and the first half over. I like as well. Georgia Tech is not necessarily a team that I'm too excited to bet on, but they do play high-scoring games. Just felt the total was a little bit too low, and it has gotten bet up a bit since I bet it. Wake Forest off of a blowout win, though. But, just like the over a little bit there.
One thing is with Georgia Tech, they're still a little bit slow. They're not great defensively, but we know one thing with Wake Forest, Pete, you're going to get up and down. And it seems like they consistently at least get to 75, even on the road. And they've had some success. Georgia Tech hasn't been that great over the last few years, and they've even gone in there and win. So I get it. I'm not going to lay points, though, with Wake Forest on the road. But they could easily go in there and win by 10.
Yeah, we'll see. It might be a copy of the BC game at home, but all right. Then we got the Texas game, which is interesting, right? Texas is a small home favorite to Iowa State. Ole Miss, South Carolina is interesting. It's a pass for me as well. Michigan State, Minnesota is interesting. A whole bunch of interesting shit here going on. Anything else you want to discuss? The Kentucky game is interesting.
I'm not on any of those. One game we could touch on. One of those I thought was the most is Iowa State, Texas. Can Texas win here at home, where they haven't been that great, but they haven't, they haven't been awful. I don't know what to make of them. They're 15-7. They desperately need a win here. They got that win after all those losses to Baylor. That was just 10 days ago, January 20th. They win at Oklahoma. They lose. They lose here to Houston, and then they go on the road and beat TCU. I just crossed it off. I went through everything. I think Texas could win here, but I think Iowa State, scrappy team, it's decent on the road, could go in there and win. So I stayed off. Did you bet it?
No, I did not bet that one. I'm not sure what here. I'm gonna look at the comments section here to see if we got anything going. I just want to make a quick tennis bet here that should go off pretty soon. What are people in the comments section commenting on about? Are there any games they're specifically asking about? We can identify. We can go over them.
I don't know. Georgia Tech, Jay Smooth. He likes Georgia Tech plus 5.5. DC Cap. He's on Indiana. He's on Texas Tech. That Pete, you were on Texas Tech, right? Plus 5.5? Or just first half?
First half, though. Just first half.
There. Perky's on Michigan State. Money line. I didn't have anything in that game. Michigan State might win. Did you have anything in Michigan State, Pete?
No, not really. Let me see. Where are we? Hold on. Let me see.
Tough place to play there in Minnesota. A little bit tricky game there. Totals 138. Man, and Minnesota has been unbelievable against the number, Pete.
Yeah.
This team's 17-3.
No, I
They're
know.
18.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay. They've been just money. And when I backed them, is at home at the barn. Michigan State playing better. Tough game. Tough one for me there.
Taking a small shot with Zavajda. I'll bet it live. Got a shitty number in ATP Dallas. Plus 100. That's all right. I'll take
Dallas.
that one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love
All right,
it,
so
Pete.
let's look at, let's see if anyone, let's see. Yeah, Michael Boulena says Nets first quarter. Nets killing it first quarter. Yeah, Minnesota, that is a, what's the line on that one? Yeah, it's 3, right?
3.5, I think.
Oof. Man. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. I did have them first half against Northwestern, though,
3.
and I suspected that was going to be a low-scoring game. But Michigan State, they're really kind of turning a corner right now. That happens a lot with Izzo teams, kind of when they don't have great talent and things aren't kind of lukewarm for a lot of the year. And then somehow things get figured out and they start to, become undervalued. So I hate betting against Izzo teams late in the year that appear to be turning a corner. So there's no way I can take Minnesota here. But as you said, Minnesota as a home dog, can't bet against that either. All right, let's see if there's anything else. And then, Ricardo Roberts. I just took that guy Svacha. Not a big play. Just took it. Took it live. Got a shittier line that I would have gotten pre-match, but that's okay. Just hit it a little bit. ATP Dallas. It's off now. It's live. All right. I think we can wrap it up, right, Connor Mack?
Wait.
DC
let's hit
Indiana plus 5.5.
Let's hit this game real quick.
Go ahead.
Joey Harb, my guy. UT Martin versus Little Rock.
Yeah.
What do you think about that game? I was thinking this total was too high when I was going through it. I hadn't bet it. Should be good. Both teams playing really well of late. UT Martin's won 4 in a row. Little Rock, I think, has won 6 or 7 or 4 or 5, something like that. They're playing well here too. Small favorite at home, 2.5. Anything here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm automatically my first thought is always an over with a UT Martin.
Even with
game.
this total?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is then I start to be like, all right, well, maybe I'll just take first half. But yeah, where's the total right now?
162.5.
Yeah, I would.
I think it's a little high. I get it. I just.
Yeah.
But these games could race over. Little Rock a little more of an under team at time with a total like this. Their totals are usually in the 140s, 150s, not 160s.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the over, but I would start off with a first half, and then if it cashes, great. If it doesn't, then maybe do a second half overplay. Yeah, so the first half over is what, like 77.5 or something like that. What's the first half over? Yeah, I do like the first half over actually, quite a bit actually. I'm thinking it.
What's the number?
Like probably let me see where it is. I'm guessing it'd be like 70, 78 or something like that. Let me just find it. Where? Let me see. Where is it? Let me see. Total first half. Yeah, 77.5. No, I'll almost certainly be on that one. Probably by the right after the show. No, that's actually, and I think I'm going to add that one onto my official play because my official list. Because even if it loses, yeah, it's definitely not a lock by any stretch of the imagination. But Little Rock is one of those teams that can be slowed down by a team that likes to play it slow. But when they play a team that that is fast paced, they'll be as fast as anyone a lot of the time. And so, we'll make that one official. Here we go, a surprise official play, and that's actually one of my more favorite plays of the day. I think. Here we go. First half over, not full game, and then if the first half goes under, then I'll think about what I want to do with the second half. But yeah,
Pete,
Little Rock. Yep.
I love it. What was it? Go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
The pinnacle line is 77.5 minus 110.
Okay, let's get to this game because it's another huge one. Okay. Mountain West. People just put it. They like Boise, and I get it because they've been that good on the road, and they're very good defensively. And I thought it's a little high too, even though I've liked Colorado State at home, and they've been money. We've took them a few times. But what do you think here? Boise State, Colorado State. This line's 5.5. I think the total's right around 140. Anything here?
I don't know, man. I guess what's the total? 140?
140 and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I had a small lean to the under. and first half under on that one. But the Mountain West can be so unpredictable, which is fine. I don't mind unpredictability. But I did look at this, and I was thinking, I really don't want to be betting it. The line doesn't. Yeah, Boise getting that many points is very tempting. But if you gave me a free bet, I don't know. If you gave me a free bet on it right now, I guess I would throw it on the first half under. But it's a great game, and I might have a halftime bet on this one. But Boise's legitimately great, but they're coming off those 2 huge wins. Colorado is such a tough place to play, but they're getting a lot of points, and it's a great game. Maybe second half play. Free bet, I guess, chuck it on the first half under. Might have a second half play, but as of right now, definitely nothing.
Pistol Pete, what do you want to finish up here? I know you probably want to get going. What about
No.
You had a bet on this game, right? Kentucky, Vandy?
Oh, wait a minute.
Did you have a bet on it?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Little Rock and UT Martin at Heritage right now is just 77 minus 111. Okay, that will be my official play. So these half points mean a huge amount when it comes to college basketball.
They do.
Players. Arkansas Little Rock, UT Martin, first half over 77 minus 111, current line at Heritage. No, the Kentucky Vandy game, it's interesting, but I'm off it because obviously Kentucky earlier in the year, the freshmen were doing great and covering. Now they're off of 2 straight up losses and margin ATS losses. They've been losing ATS. Vandy finally got a win against Missouri last game. It was a matchup of awful SEC teams. And I don't know, man. This one is just like I don't even know what to make of it. Kentucky could roll. Yeah, it could go under, could go way over. I don't even know what I would do if you gave me a free play on it. Then I would think about what I would do with it. But if I don't actually have a free play on it, I'm not even going to think about what I would do with it. Tough game. Interesting though.
I agree. I want nothing to do with it. So
feel me? All right.
Definitely.
Kent Davies just placed a 4-unit bet on Dayton. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, sometimes these elite, tiny road favorites do win. I took the under, first half under. Sorry, not full game. Just the first half under. Herky Bump Sanderson likes Colorado State. Wow. Being team is built Ford tough. Justin McAvee likes Colorado State. Robert Franklin likes Boise plus 5.5. And Morgan Spooner, Iowa State plus 2. That's defensible but scary. Wow, look at all this. And then Jay Smooth, DePaul team total under 63.5. Man, I mean, any DePaul team total under in any situation is defensible. I'm just a little bit worried that this particular game, it might just be a no defense game with St. John. So I'm off that one. No real opinion.
Agreed.
Oh, Mike M is back. Mike M is back. Home dive 30. Whoa. Wow, look at that. Mike M. Back. All right, let me just copy and paste this. Copy. Wow. Huge shout out to Mike M. Okay, let's review our official college basketball plays for anyone keeping track. I got a bunch of them. I think they're all okay. We'll see how it turns out. Houston, first half minus 12, minus 114. Nevada, team total under 71.5, minus 109. Utah State, first half minus 3, minus 106. Indiana, first half plus 3, minus 110. Texas Tech, first half plus 3.5, minus 114. Dayton St. Joe's, first half under 67, minus 110. Florida State, first half plus 2.5, minus 113. Butler, UConn, under 147, minus 111. And a play I'm liking more and more. The more the seconds and minutes go by, Arkansas Little Rock, UT Martin, first half over 77, minus 111. Current line at Heritage. Connor Mack, please review all your official plays. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Utah State minus 5.5. I think they get the win here at home. I like it as a nice bounce back spot. Texas Tech Baylor, I'm over 144. I just think this game gets up and over. There's enough points in the end of the Baylor game. I thought it was a tad bit too low. Wyoming plus 11, 10.5 is fine. I think we've seen how they played at home. They might lose this, Pete. They cover the number there. Shoot it. Totally different team at home there. The Clemson game is just, I had to stay off because I didn't grab it last night. But I did move on Oklahoma, plus 1.5. Now it's minus 1.5. That's up to you, but I'm on the plus 1.5 with them. 2 other ones. I want to look more into UT Martin under. I haven't bet this. And you know who got us last week, Pete, which I don't love and I don't like, was Ball State. I think it's a gettable game here for them at home now. I haven't bet it because that was an L for both of us last week. But I was looking at them a bunch last night, and even this morning. I haven't pulled the trigger on that game, but
Yeah,
I was.
I'm going to look at those a little bit later on today. But in the meantime, wow, we got some very astute college basketball cappers liking Colorado State, and also Mike M liking Colorado State. So, wow, this is interesting. Look at this. Kelly McGinnis, Colorado State -5.5. Mike M, Colorado State hammers them tonight. And I guess that would Juice, I like the Rams. Justin McElvey, Colorado State. Robert Franklin liking Boise +5.5. Wow. Holy crap. And that would make sense, right, Connor Mack? Because when you see a line like Boise State is great, how can they be getting that many points? The reason is because it's not enough. And astute college basketball handicappers know that and bet Colorado. Maybe we should pound Colorado State, Connor Mack. What do you think?
I don't mind it. Boise's just been this team on the road that can keep a game close. You know, hey, I've been the ultimate Colorado State guy at home. They're 11-1. Who I've been on the show. We've backed him probably 2 or 3 times, right, Pete? And won.
Yeah.
It's a little bit out there. Hey, I like the Utah State better off the loss. At home. 5.5. Both these numbers are 5.5. Colorado State off a couple wins. The home win was San Diego State, which we were on. We were on that. I was on that. They beat San Diego State. Then they beat up on, they win at Fresno. They come back here. Hey, they could win by 8-10. Cover here, or this game could be tight. Boise has had a little bit of their number, the last year or two. I think they've won 3 straight. I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game.
I'm going to be on it. Mike M says Colorado State smashes tonight. Wow.
You're going right off. But just because Mike M said they're smashing, you're going right off that?
Because it's that much of a cosmic elite college hoops capper that if he says something like that, smash tonight. No, but seriously, actually, it's not that much. I mean, he takes this shit very seriously. He would not say smash tonight unless he has good reason for it, which again doesn't mean it's a lock, but probably means it's like a 58% or something proposition. People are asking about
Is the lock just not locked? Is it like one of those where it's like you just got to give it a
maybe 58%. Before we go, we have to talk about Ole Miss, South Carolina. It's a fascinating matchup. We didn't talk about it. I'm not going to bet it. Ole Miss is off that loss to Auburn, and that was a big game for them, right? And I did bet Ole Miss first half. They just didn't have it to keep up the full game. I didn't expect them to get smashed the second half. They did. They covered the first half. Ole Miss had covered a bunch of games before that, and of course, South Carolina, an ATS revelation this year, just totally underrated, undervalued. Great ATS all season long. Now they're off of 2 straight-up road wins as a dog. South Carolina just keeps rolling. But now they're ranked, and Ole Miss is a quality team. They're coming off another tough loss. I just don't know what to make of this. I guess I would take South Carolina once again if I had a free play. And, the total looks right about dead on. I just can't. I have to see the market, fully correcting for South Carolina before I'm fading them. It's a low line. South Carolina just been ATS machine week in and week out this year. What do you think on this one, Connor Mack?
I think you nailed it there, Pete. I don't have to state much. I think the line's probably right there. I lean under, but I think it might be even a little low here with this. South Carolina, a little bit more defensive team than Ole Miss. Ole Miss just crumbled there late against Auburn, really, especially the second half. They just couldn't get it done. They had a good win against A&M. A&M, not a great scoring team on the road.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, they've kind of gotten beat up on the road.
Yeah.
I'd lean South Carolina. I just, like you talked about, ranked, 19-3, laying the short number. It could be a close game. Yeah, I'm off.
They just are really tough. And Ole Miss has some talent, but they don't really have depth. And so if they're playing some other team, no problem. But South Carolina is so strong, so undervalued this year. Maybe I will be on them. I don't know. It's a game that I passed on, but a very interesting matchup. All right, that wraps it up. And here you go, Perky Bump Sanderson. Let's close it on this one. Best play of the day, Colorado State Butt Rams, parlayed with the UNC Butt Heels. There you go. Thank you so much for your insights, Perky Butt Bumps Sanderson. Oh, yeah, let's call him Perky Butt Sanderson. See how he likes it. Having butt put in for one of the syllables of his name. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. Great show. Justin McElvey. Huge shout out to Mike M for all of his invaluable insights. Troy Torrance, of course. Everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday, baby.
Later.